Really not on the cover. You just say that.
Now we all know. Welcome, people. It is I, Kerbis136. There's an echo, and I apologize. It's because the room behind me, as you may be able to see part of it, is relatively empty. That will be changed. There'll be a couch in there, hopefully within about a week or 2 weeks. That will significantly change the echoing. There will also be a piece of furniture over there, just an entertainment stand, within a couple of days. That will gently reduce the echo. Not hugely so, but a little
And
bit.
then your VR system over there too.
Do you see my VR?
Huh?
Do you see my VR?
Oh no, I can't see it in
I
chat.
think you can see the base stations. Actually, yeah, you can see the base stations if I turn. They're sitting on top of a white thingy. They're not currently on the wall because I don't have to hang them. Thankfully.
You gonna put the things over the ceiling?
I have stands. I have stands that put.
No, I'm talking about your cord.
Say it again.
I'm talking about your cord.
Which cord?
Would you just let it sit on the ground?
Can you please turn up the speed just a little bit?
Which cord are we referring to? The cords that go into the base
The
stations?
headset. No, the headset.
Oh, no. I have it on the ground. It connects to my computer, so I don't need it hung. You're pretty aware of it when you play, so I've never had a problem. I considered upgrading to the wireless because you can get a wireless connector, so you don't have to have any wires, but it's kind of a big money sink. So I'm waiting until they release a new VR, and then it'll probably come with wireless naturally, and I'm just gonna buy that instead. But I'm trying to save because it's totally functional with or without it.
Oh no, I use these. Hold on, I can take a picture of it.
I know what you mean. The wire snakes into a small system that keeps it up in the air, but goes back to the computer. I understand what you mean. I just don't feel any particular need. All right, we're all here, right? Andy, you still here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have not played Among Us in a while, my friends, but I'm here with the Echo and all, ready to go. And of course, my first game is Crewmate, naturally. I actually will have this door open, probably. It's closed right now. I might actually change the echo just because the sound will go and die. I'm not like a sound expert, but the problem is the sound's bouncing back. That's what causes an echo. So the sound goes and dies and like a sound, that's why they have those special walls and stuff. The sound doesn't come back, it doesn't bounce. That would assist immensely. Oops. So I get used to my setup just because I put my mouse pad is different. Actually, I might want to increase my chair's height because I think this is a little bit bad. Next time we have a meeting, I'll mess with my chair. I saw Afro in this general vicinity. You feeling it? It keeps on? Thank you for the sub, my friend. Much love. Much love keeps on. Ooh, I actually got a new emote too. Thank you for that. Boom. Yo, if I sound funny, please excuse me. I'm messing with my chair. So what's the dealio?
All right. So Annie's body was right at the door to office, the second door, not to the airlock one to get in. On the left side.
Left side near weapons.
Yeah, that door.
Last person I saw in the area was Afro.
I didn't go into office. I went up into comms.
What about you, Kyler? Where you at?
Kyle was following me around the whole godforsaken time, so I know it's not him. I was rushing to actually press the panic button.
All right, so
I ran into Andy's
Kyler,
daughter.
are you similarly vouching for Sonic?
Yes.
All right, it's Afro then. Straight up, it's not me.
Well, if it's not her, then it's you.
Yeah, that's true. However, okay, so I'm not lying, but just because I'm crew and I want to be clear about logic, if I'm lying, you will lose before you get the chance to vote me off. I'm not though, so it's fine. Sneaky Afro, sneaky.
Actually, I voted for you.
I meant because she's an imposter and because she almost got away with it.
Oh, see, I didn't trust what you said half there, so.
Sorry, Afro. Get dunked on.
It's all good.
I can't believe you can blame the kid for following me around too much. I would never gone over there otherwise.
I'm gonna fall
Don't follow me because then people die following me and they always blame me whether I'm imposter or not. I'm so sorry, keeps on. Takes some time, unfortunately, but my companions probably did a lot of good tasks. Yeah, we're pretty far.
I'm not gonna lie. Blue, you're kind of sus. I saw you last with him. I left to go fix lights.
I went that way too. You just got there before I could, so I turned back around, went to communications,
Okay.
and then I went to do water jug.
I'm pretty sure it's not Afro.
I can confirm it's not me. I passed by Andy and Cryptus
brutal,
and I
keeps
think
on.
Kyler
Brutal.
after I fixed the lights the first time. And then I went right into lab and now I'm in decon.
The reason that I don't think that it's her is she was running around when the first time that the lights went out, and I don't think she could have sabotaged when she was running around.
Where did you say the body was, Kyler?
I don't.
Andy, you found the body, I thought.
I know. I was trying to see if you would say the body is an admin.
Oh, he did sound like he was trying to say, he was about to say it there. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't about to say it where it was because I don't know where it was. I was about to say I saw Blue with him last.
Wait, you saw me with him when the lights were out?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see you with the lights out.
when would
So
you
you
have seen
must
him?
not see me because I saw you.
So it's
Afra, who
you
are you
then.
voting for?
I'm
Afra,
voting
who-
for Brown.
Yeah,
I'm-
I'm voting for Brown as well.
Damn it.
You gotta give yourself away there.
I kind of wanted to kill one last person.
Game is over. Even though Sonic's story was full of holes, he switched what he was saying halfway through, he stuttered, but Kyler did worse with his story. Sonic, that was literally the least believable story I've ever heard. You stuttered the
I
whole way
know.
through, you changed your story halfway, and people just believed you.
I know, but he helped so much.
It's nonsense. I'm reposting, hold on. I'm reposting the room code because Kane joined.
I've got a Krabby Junior Deluxe.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Oh, hold on. My thing needs a stupid update.
Fax keeps on fax.
I just updated this the other day. I'm not sure why it needs it again.
I mean, games can update more than once a week.
Who was ordering the?
Yeah, I know.
Who was ordering the McDonald's?
I wish it was me. I could go for some. With the emote from Keeps On, this is how I feel.
Does anyone want to guess what I'm watching right now if you can't hear it in the background?
Well, I hope I can't hear
Christmas
it in the
movie?
background.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
No. It is a Christmas special though.
Can you turn it down just
Honestly,
a
Nightmare Before Christmas was my guess too.
Can you turn it down a
so-
tiny bit, Kane? Just the slightest bit?
On my volume.
Yeah, just no, I mean the volume of the TV that you're watching.
Oh. Yeah, hold on.
Is
it too loud?
Yeah, it's because of DMCA. I can get in trouble for broadcasting with fucking copyrighted material.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry.
It's fine if it's kind of this dull roar. It's not a problem. But if you can make out what song it is, then I can get in trouble. Thanks. That's exactly what I was thinking. By the way, Keeps On. I'm glad you pointed that out too. All right, we're waiting for you, Kane.
What's up?
We're waiting for you to join the lobby.
Yeah, it just finished updating, so I'm going in now.
Scrub coming too, so no rush. We're up to 7. 7's really hard for one imposter. What are we gonna do about that? We'll shorten the kill cooldown.
Play hide and seek.
I'm not usually a big fan of hide and seek.
No. Okay, just a suggestion.
Yeah, Keeps On. That's fine. The lyrics themselves, funny enough, for music, they are protected, but not in the written format, only in the recited format. It is what it is. All right, we got all 7. Are you here, Scrub Lord?
Indeed, I am.
Oh, fantastic. That lovely voice coming in. All right, let's do it, guys. Not that I'm a specialist on copyright law or anything, but it's my understanding. Alright, 3rd game crew, not a problem so far. I need to go over to lab side, so I will. Obviously, it's protected in the sense of claiming it's yours, but you could write in any sort of media whatever you want, as long as you're not claiming it belongs to you. That's the difference. But obviously you are correct. I guess they are protected in the written format, but only in the sense of you claiming that you created it. You're allowed to repeat it in a written format. I could type it on screen right now. Like if I could do like an overword screen or whatever, I don't believe I would be breaking DMCA. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I'm pretty sure you don't. I'd have to ask, I guess. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You're always safer citing, to be honest with you, and on Twitch you're always safer just not getting into it, but your chat can do whatever they want. The only thing you have to do in chat is you would have to take action if somebody did something egregious, right? Why does Sonic always have kill when I walk across him? He doesn't go after me, he doesn't even know I'm there. He literally just happens to come across me, and I'm pretty sure I'm the first death, right? He just waits, like I don't know why. I hate when he's imposter, because he gets away with crap that he shouldn't get away with. Like, he doesn't even, like, come up with a good story, he doesn't have a good cover. He just walks into me randomly and kills me on the spot regardless of where I am, and somehow gets away with it. But if I do the same thing, I get caught by 17 people. I guess that's a little bit of jealousy. I'm envious, but it's, you know, it's just annoying. I only have one task left. I mean, I get it. Back when I was in, there we go. Back when I was in college, I had to do APA style all the time. I'd kill him now. I guess he wants me to get through the door, but if he's spamming report, then it's not going to help. He should have reported it, knowing that Afro and Andy were around. He should get caught for this. Afro and Andy saw him. Him and Callum disappeared.
The body is in lower decontamination, like not in the hallway, like just at the bend. I didn't see anybody around, and Andy, it genuinely took me that long to do card swipe because I just kept fucking it up.
Whose body did you find?
White, I believe.
You found White's body?
Yes, I believe it was White.
It was reported. It said body found. It was White.
Interesting.
Why is it interesting?
I passed
Whenever
you
I was on
three.
Vitals,
Oh, go ahead, Andy.
whenever I was on Vitals, only Charybdis was dead, and then you went into decontamination, and then reported a new body.
Almost like he saw the body and then you killed them and self-reported.
Self-report.
I mean, I
He
didn't
literally
self-report him, but I will acknowledge that sounds sus.
Like, literally, he just said, saw the body, admitting there was a body there.
there's
So he
only- I mean,
basically
this-
admitted
this
that there
kill
was
is fresh.
another
This
body
kill
that
is-
wasn't them.
Within the past few seconds.
It's not the last few seconds. Andy.
And there was already, I
Like
feel there was
7
already a
seconds.
body in decontamination. Like, I'm not sure. But, like, I feel this is a self-report, but, I mean, I don't know what you guys were up to.
Possible there's a lag on vitals to when the body's actually dead.
Well, it takes what, like, didn't Kribba say he shortened the kill timer?
I'll be fine, Falcon. I just need furniture in here. I'm gonna have a couch
remember.
and stuff. It'll kill it.
Well, I mean,
Where was everybody else at?
I believe he did shorten the kill cooldown, yes.
Alright, well,
I
you
was
have to
doing
either
a
vote
note
or
outside.
skip.
I would just
But-
vote Afro. It's better safe than sorry.
I mean, it's nonsense, but alright. with Andy gone, who should have been one of the only trusted people since Afra vouched that Andy was on vitals, or at least didn't deny it since she had seen him. The game is about to end. It's just Kane and Kyler. They have about 10 seconds now, and it looks like Kyler's not going to move, so...
I knew it. I haven't seen that person the whole time.
I mean, honestly, the problem there was that you guys accused Afro of self-reporting, but Andy, you're wrong. It was like 7 seconds plus in between the body dying and Afro coming down. Because she was an admin with door closed to decontamination, had to open the door, wait for the chamber, go in, and then walk down before she reported the body. So you kind of screwed your crewmate there.
So that
Andy.
means that vitals aren't like immediate.
No, I think it is. I think Andy just...
There's a dice roller thing, and
No, I'd say there was a few seconds. Like I granted there was a few seconds. It was just the admin table only showed one person in specimen at the time.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. In specimen, it only shows in the specimen room. In fact, Afro shouldn't have shown up as specimen because she's in the hallway. I'm pretty sure the killer, Sonic, was in specimen.
I sat in there to make it look like I was in there. I was just waiting for the kill time.
Yeah, you have to remember the hallways don't count.
Yeah.
Actually, if Andy was using that logic, there should have been two, her and the body. No thanks. Black's already dead. Okay. I think she's in this direction then. Alright, keeps on. I'll see you soon. That is not who I expected to find. I was looking for Black's body for like the longest time, but I guess I found White instead.
I can read it myself.
Sorry, what?
White was dead while you were in decontam.
Oh yeah, I didn't recheck vitals, so I believe you. So I found White's body. I'm not going to say where until everybody accounts for their location. I don't think it was Andy.
I was in the left bottom hand corner. I had to do the water wheels and that little weather node thing with the puzzle.
Okay, Kyler?
Wait. When did you do the water wheel?
Probably like 10 seconds before I went to the other part, which was right next to
So like,
communications.
Okay, because I emptied the garbage can in O2. I also did the download in O2. And
Kayla just saw me. She was coming out from that side. Did you see me, Kayla?
Kyler.
Yes, I did.
Oh, Kyler. Sorry, it says Kayla on
It
here.
does say Kayla. That's Kyler's decision.
Okay, thanks, Kyler.
Guys.
So I would like to note something. Sonic is saying not seeing you from O2 download, which is a completely dead end that can't see anywhere outside the room, was somehow
Oh yeah, I
evidence
wasn't in
against you.
O2. I was on the bottom one.
I emptied the garbage can first, so I was in that room the whole time. I didn't
Yeah, but
see
when you do
it.
download, you wouldn't see shit anywhere near water wheel.
No, I did
So
the garbage shit.
If Sonic,
I did garbage, then I did
so
the download.
you're
I'm might have been
Kane
outside
was
by that
saying
time. Though.
Kyler was there as well. What was
Yeah,
Kyler doing?
well, I was outside and Kyler came out from that way. Yeah.
I was just running around the place looking for my cat.
Huh.
We got a vote.
Because I went to
I voted
Congratulations,
Sonic.
and I saw the votes wrong.
You never told us where the body was.
Gary,
Oh,
look at
sorry.
that handsome
It's
face.
left side. It's left side, right below Cam's. It's in the hallway going down.
Okay.
Which all of you admitted to being in that general area, so it didn't really give me much. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm fine with a tie. Tie's fine. Sus towards Sonic has been noted, so it's fine. Alright, Kane just went Sonic's direction. They both got some time if either of them is the killer. I could be wrong, could even be Andy. You know, he could have followed me just to make it look like he was innocent, already knowing there's a body over there. He did stay with me on purpose. It seemed a little strange that he didn't have any desire to, like, go himself. It was just, I was going, so.
Alright.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, this happened. It's Kayla.
I just saw Andy. Okay.
What happened was I was popping in and out of vents, and then I killed Afro, and then I ran around and killed Scribbler, and then this round I just killed Andy.
That's a great defense,
Yeah.
Kylie.
Yeah,
That's the best defense I've ever heard.
10 out of 10 defense.
because if you said otherwise, I'm pretty sure Charybdis would have voted for me either way.
No, I probably wasn't dead. I was probably going to vote Kyler anyway, just judging by the answer from Kane.
I saw Kane in water wheels. I was like running back and forth between Kayla and Kane, trying to get one of them to see the other. Didn't end well.
I'm glad you reported the body because Kyler might have just gotten me next.
No, I wasn't. I was gonna follow you for an excuse.
Yeah, because
Oh, okay, that would be smart.
Squirrel was like, well, I mean, Kalen was like, I was doing my tasks. And you were like, I was doing my tasks. And then you was like, well, Kyler saw me. He just ran through.
Yeah, the whole thing was sus. The whole thing was very sus.
You're all sus to me.
Yeah, you're sus to me too.
I'm gonna follow
Christmas
someone
hats, Christmas hats.
Crew again, jeez. How many games? How many games? Come on. Let's get it done. I hate doing engines. I always die doing it. I'm just gonna fill it up and leave. I hate this game. You're not gonna do it either? Okay, I won't do it. Andy and Kane are here. Andy, Kane, and Kyler. Nobody fixes lights, that's the real problem. I say when people get away with this like slow nonsense.
Okay, so where was everybody?
I was shooting asteroids.
I'll offer you a cow, my family's cow.
Wow, your family's cow. I'll take it. No, when the body was reported, I just got through turning the lights on with Brown.
people were in that area for a
What
long
is
time.
that, Kane? Is that a person?
What?
The speaking
What's speaking?
in the background, was that from a person in your?
Oh yeah, that's my boyfriend.
Okay.
He's playing what's that game? Dungeons and Dragons.
I was with
Oh,
White.
I'm in specimen right now.
I spent a large portion of that half of the round in O2 area,
Right.
You know where the vent goes, and
and then lights.
Wait, who was in the
Do we-
O2 area?
Where was the body?
The body was in storage, and Green was the only one in the area who ran past me, then saw
Brown
me going
did
to
come from that
storage,
area as well.
and saw me going to storage, and then turned back around.
yeah, I saw the door locked.
The door was locked before we got there.
Exactly. I
'Cause
saw you going.
I saw two people. I was on admin, saw two people in storage, and then it went down to one. And I went up
Could
there,
have vented
doors
out.
locked, and you're the only one there.
Outside, walking towards it.
Walking
And I
towards
saw you, and I backtracked because I was afraid that you were gonna kill me. And then I saw you go to the door and starting to unlocking it. So I thought you weren't a traitor, so I came with you.
And what
10
is
seconds. What'd you say? Are you voting?
I mean, Brown
Listen to
was in the
music
same
out there.
area before. Brown, did you vent in there and kill someone?
Out there? Okay.
Wait, Bob, what's your name on
No,
here?
I didn't even notice until I opened the door. Want to come in?
Green.
Come on, big boy. Everybody wants to see the cat.
It's what?
Green.
It's not green, that's Charybdis.
Want to sit with me?
Grievous is dead.
His name is green. His color
name
is
is
red.
green.
Oh, sorry, I was asking what your color was.
Oh,
Want to sit up on me? You can have a great time. Ready? Fat boy. Excellence. Oh, you don't want to sit with me? Come on. That's what you're here for. You're here to sit with me. I'm not even here to do tasks. I don't care about tasks. You're already done? You stink. I want you to snuggle while I'm dead. Hey, come on. Come on. You wanna lay on me all the time, but not when I'm actually want you to? Come on up. Or otherwise you gotta leave. I can't keep the door open. You leaving then? Okay, fine. Fine, leave. Go. I tried. No. Ow. I'm sure the music's really dull on stream anyway, but...
It is green.
I think it's
Not gonna
right.
even Shaq. Could you hear the music, by the way, in
it's
any
not.
audible level?
It is you.
Where's the body at?
Under your feet.
No, it's white then green. Okay, well,
Because who was it? Was it Kayla who walked out? They were behind me. I turned around. They walked past me. Kane was behind them, and then you were stood there.
oh, I thought he was gonna do. I didn't think you were gonna backtrack
I
there.
thought that was gonna work.
I really thought it was gonna work too. I should have locked the door as soon as it happened. It's hard to do with so many people.
No, it is. I hope I don't get imposter.
Yeah, you got a really short cooldown though. As soon as we get to 8, we can play with 2, but we're currently sitting at 7 because James has abandoned us. For now.
I knew it wasn't Charybdis because within the first 10 seconds he slammed the door in his own face. It was.
I've done it before, to be fair, but yeah.
See, I was clicking the kill button. I'm surprised you were able to hit the body.
$35 minutes, no imposter yet. Not a problem. Just saying. Technically speaking, a 1 in 7 is the least likely chance you get to be imposter because 2 and 10 obviously is a 20% chance. Well, a 1 and 7 is not so good. Certainly changes the odds. But a 1 and 7 should be 7 games. And it actually was lower at first because we had 6. A game with 5, a game with 6. What are you gonna do? No thanks. I think there's like Callan one up there. Everyone's alive.
Person you're describing.
That must have just happened because I was in comms. I come out when the lights go off, and then Kyler is literally dead right below the gates of electrical. So it must have just happened.
So wait,
I'm
who
in
took the
the
body?
tree room right now.
I can vouch for that. She is in true room right now.
I think I saw Andy in O2 with us, and I think somebody else was in there. Or was it Green?
No. Oh, wait,
It was
you mean...
me,
Sorry, was it
Blue,
Red?
Andy, and
Thank
Brown.
you.
No, I was in. I was looking at vitals, and I came out to go start doing the lights because I did lights the first time. That's why I went instantly back on.
Yeah.
I camped it.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was me, Afro, Blue, and Brown. I went down to bottom water wheel. I didn't see Afro. Lights went out after the first water wheel. I ran up towards tree because the lights were out. I was looking for bodies, and that's where I ran into Afro at the tree. So I can vouch that Afro was still there.
Where-
I didn't see Blue.
Where's the body at?
It was
Below
like,
gate, electrical.
you know, yeah, below the gate. So it was outside of electrical, like at the bottom, like if you're outside.
And this is White talking.
No, this is Blue, Kane.
Because White is the one that found the
Yeah.
body.
I reported it.
Oh, you must have been right next to me then, because I thought I reported it, because I saw the report button, I clicked it. You must have been faster than me.
I came across from labs, saw the report button, just clicked it.
Wait, what? Where are you right now?
What?
I came across from laboratory, just ran straight across and then pressed button.
You must have
That makes
vastly
sense.
understood. That doesn't make sense.
No.
So it's
Well,
not.
Where was the body?
Lord.
Tell me where the body was.
I clicked it. It was outside the left side of storage.
Alright, I'm willing to skip for now, but like, this is a
I'll
very
vote
big
White.
discrepancy between Kane and
That's very
Callum.
weird.
So we have to revisit this.
No, it
We
is
should get Bobby.
White because I was about to report the body too, and then all of a sudden he reports it after you say you went straight across from labs.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause I
understand how
wouldn't
you
even go
found it
that
there.
way.
And I was just with Kyler.
Fix the freaking lights. Thank you, Red. I went to go fix lights finally because I was like, somebody will fix it. There's a whole lobby
Yeah,
of people
great.
here.
I had to finish
No.
my comms task, okay?
Afro's dead too. The one that supposedly saw the other body.
I
It's
saw her.
White.
I saw her dead on vitals.
Yeah, it's White. His story
Somebody
makes
else
zero sense.
Give me.
Yeah,
Hold
that's what I
on.
thought.
Hold on. Why are we voting when we have 113 seconds left? Relax. White, give me your tail. Give me your entire tail from the round before. You're muted if you're talking right now.
Ah, right, thank you. Went down to the web node on the left. From there, I went into office, down through decontamination, did Simon Says. Hung around there for a little while, went up, did some wires in the med bay, and then ran from there because the lights were off. Ran to the left to go to the door, and as I got to the door, the report run came up.
Okay, I believe that because I saw somebody before I entered labs. I went specimen. I saw somebody in the upper right, and that he's the only person who could have been there, which means I can prove via admin table he was there at the time of his story when he said he was there. That doesn't mean he didn't kill the body, but that means that his story checks out all the way up until he got to the area of the body to report.
How
So
wide is
my-
the range of the report button though? Because I was like all the way down and like below electrical,
So you're
and
coming,
my
did
report
you
you're
button was
coming
up.
up from the comms?
No, I saw the
Kane?
report button come up.
You saw the
It's 'cause
report
lights
button
were-
at the body.
The lights were off, so yeah, but I was in the vicinity.
Yeah, but were you coming from
I
below,
got the
Kane?
report button.
Wait. This is
I
a
was
important
coming
question.
I was in comms with Kyler,
That's why
and then the lights
you were
went
coming
out.
from below. Scrub was coming from the right. That's why you both
All
can
right.
see the report button, but from
Wait,
entirely
no,
different locations.
But he said he went straight towards the lights. That wouldn't bring him on that side because
Yeah.
it was on the other, it was right outside the communications when I got the report.
And
button.
Honestly,
I was
I
like,
think
it
it's
was
Sonic.
seconds between when I was with Kyler and then he was dead near electrical. That it must have been within seconds. So I don't know if he could have like
I-
come from
I-
like.
Maybe outside of.
I think it's Sonic. If the game continues, it's Sonic, and we have to do the thing where we don't split off and don't die in the middle of nowhere because we lose instantly. Okay, I was wrong. I'll
No,
admit
his
it.
more story made no sense. It was too.
Yeah, it did make no sense.
Well,
That
you can
was
definitely
actually-
see from door
That
a body
was
that's
my
below.
exact pathing, so the story.
I just
actually
don't.
did
I
check
thought the body was closer to me than it was you because of how close he
No.
was just next to me.
out. It was like halfway up the
But-
fence.
Yeah, his
Oh,
story.
okay,
Oh,
so he
I
must
was
have been
sure
in
it was
between the
you.
middle then.
So I was called out on the fact that was not necessarily true.
Hey, I defended you. Your story made sense to me. I could place you in upper right labs when you said you were there.
You know
I
what? I didn't
just
actually mean to
passed.
press
I mean, I passed actual like comms, and then I got the button, so I thought it was like way down.
I was shocked, by the way, that I have not been voted out unjustly yet. Every time I play this game, I get voted out all the time for no reason. All the time. Every game. I hate all of these tasks I have right now. Well, half of them. I hate this. I hate that. Is that Wi-Fi? Oh, it's Wi-Fi. That's not too bad. Drill's fine. Specimen room's okay for store artifacts. This requires a little bit of it to do, but I'm glad that both of the tasks in office are here. I definitely don't mind those. Everybody's alive as it stands. Seismic was called before. There's a whole lobby right now. There's no reason to do it. No one's dead from seismic. One in storage. Someone's coming from specimen right now. I have to leave in a sec. I'm gonna check real quick. Alright, White. White's probably in storage then. Kane just came from over here, so if White's dead in storage, that would make me think that it was Kane. I had a gamble there between two. It's a good place to leave it though.
Found someone.
Dead actually.
It was It's between admin and specimen room, so it was right when you open that second door in decontamination.
I almost went down there.
Okay, so I can vouch for Afro for both kills.
Charybdis is dead too. I
Because
didn't see him too long ago.
I honestly haven't
and-
seen Charybdis the whole game, but yes,
I saw him leaving office, and then I went down after office to admin.
Who just ran into
and then-
like the button room?
Green, me. Red.
Okay.
I saw two
I-
dead bodies, and I wanted to go press the button on the
I spent the majority
what's it
of-
called?
I spent
ahead.
the majority of the round on the left side of the map, doing water wheel. Skip doing third water wheel to come inside the admin room to check for.
I saw
vitals,
Sonic a
spider.
couple times on the right side with me.
I followed you since you did download in the O2 tree area. Then I saw you go into communications, and then I saw you go into admin.
Creepy.
So the only one that I did not see was brown and blue.
I saw Blue briefly earlier when we were all clumped up near electrical, and I think maybe again when I went down, but I'm not quite sure.
So I'm gonna go off the limb here. I don't think blue would use the seismic thing to separate us. So I think it's brown.
What? Okay, you can vote me, but that wouldn't be right.
I kind of think it might be red.
Wait, why you asking me? I've just proven two people. So it's great as blue now.
I don't know, because I saw you twice in that side. I didn't
what
vote you, but
side?
on the right side with me. I didn't see anyone else but you.
People
And
have
I
to
saw
have
those
some
other
sort
two
of,
people
like,
that are dead.
connection with votes. I hate when crewmates just randomly vote without
I
saying
believe
it.
Listed Afros.
Was that Kyler?
What?
It was
Was
brown.
that you,
I-
Kyler?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, really? We just went down there. You were the one next to the body, and everybody else was over there.
It was a ghost.
Damn, my hunter's right.
Sorry, Red.
I'm voting for Andy because he's dead.
You really had me that time. I was like, I don't think it's Kyler.
I was following Andy for a while because I was gonna bait him.
That was a good one, Kyler. You almost won.
What do you mean? I didn't do anything.
Okay.
It was a ghost.
Oh my gosh. 50 minutes.
It's white.
Oh, that's annoying. Stop messing with the lights.
Did anybody else see anything? Is this a stack kill?
Yeah, no, it was a stack kill. I saw me do it.
Alright, I want to see. I want to hear everybody who was on the stack because I'm not.
I stepped away from the stack because I thought the lights were done and it was still dark and I went back on.
Someone turned the lights back off after I turned them on.
So how many people were on the stack?
It was red, brown, white, black. It was all of us except for you.
No, I was on the stand. I wasn't on the light panel. I passed by you all going into electrical, and then I saw there were like 4 of you. I'm like, I'm not touching that, and then I left.
Okay.
So not me and Afro, but it could have been any of the 4 of you. I'm willing to take a shot on white if everybody wants to do that.
Right. I saw it, the kill motion.
But me and black
If
are
not,
safe.
red's gonna be very sus.
Well, all of you are sus except
Well,
me and
yeah,
Afro.
next time, it's fine.
Me and Afro are
I'm saying
clear.
he saw it though, so.
That's true, but he could be wrong.
Nope.
Hooray!
Easy.
Purposely didn't go into lights because I knew it was going to be a stack kill.
Yeah, I never go in there. if there's
2
no people.
imposters soon. This is tough
I
with
had
4.
no intention
Well,
of killing anyone in there.
the problem, Kane, is that if you have 2 imposters with 7, they both kill. Even if you know who they are, it's now
No, I understand.
It's
I'm just saying I hope
3v2.
somebody else joins.
yeah. I hope someone else joins too. Hey, you can always reach out to any of your friends or anybody. Get someone in this jazz.
I'll go ask if Dad
Sensitive
wants
topic, Jason. You know I don't have any friends.
So I
That's
went
fair.
and turned the lights on, and then I
Just kidding.
all on, then I left, and then the lights went back off.
Did you accidentally hit the go button?
I mean, you picked my
no.
favorite color. Could I
Well, no,
please have blue?
I fixed them, went to leave, and then everyone else was still stacked on them, and it still said the lights were off, even though I turned them on. So I thought, might as well give it a go.
There's just not a lot of people on right now, which is surprising because it's a Sunday.
because I'm pretty
Maybe everybody else just got too turnt this weekend. They're recovering today.
Shut up, Afro.
In fairness, I was comatose most of the day.
YOLO, vaccines are almost upon us. Just have a Rona party.
Is anyone else loving these Christmas hats?
Christmas hat.
I haven't
I'm
got
an
that
elf.
update yet.
You haven't got the Rona update?
No. I've got it in real life, but I haven't got it in Among Us.
Am I muted, guys? You can yell at me if I'm not.
You're not muted, Kylie.
That's so funny because I thought he was answering me and then it was Kyler.
There's the stopwatch on. I don't know how to get it up.
Like, that body just got killed. I just was on vitals about 2.5 seconds ago.
I know, because I was just with them like 5 seconds ago. And then I went back
Okay.
to San Electric.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What?
I mean, I'm looking at my spells. I don't see anything.
Do you
That-
have
What?
to say for yourself?
I was downloading data and I didn't see anything.
That is a lie.
What? What?
I didn't realize you were so close.
Alright, fair enough, Kane out.
It was sheer coincidence I decided to run down there, but
There it is.
I
I
think
thought one was clear.
I think the other response we heard was better, given your elf and hat. That you're looking at your spells and you just didn't have
It's
anything.
not.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what spells I have, so I gotta keep checking this list. It's a rough. Alright, we'll switch maps. It might help us a little bit. Actually, yeah, I have an idea.
Yeah, I'll do
If I'm being fair, 20.
New code coming in. Ready? There it is. Ah. Me and my girlfriend were looking at furniture today. We gotta get a couch to go back behind me. It's all expensive. Looking at like $1,000 couch, and I'm just like, oh.
About yard sales.
It's worth it though.
It is. It's making me sick to my stomach because I'm just like, oh.
It's terrible. Do you have other furniture you need to buy?
Wait.
Because everything is at least like $500.
I know. I'm getting a bunch of stuff for free, and I already got a good amount of stuff.
Oh, that's good.
We're getting a bunch of free stuff.
devastating.
What was that?
Your poor
Yeah.
wallet is going to be
Yard
devastated.
sales.
Sorry to Callum, but I'm not getting yard sale furniture.
Yeah, that's how you get bugs.
The bed bugs.
Give him a good old scrub before you're right.
Bed bugs do not come out with a good scrub. Bed bugs are no joke. No, I'll go this way. I'll go down bottom right because starting my wires never hurts me.
Right.
Where was that body?
That was in storage. Who was on balcony?
I was.
Well, a lot of us were just in med bay, so
All of us were in med
Yeah.
bay.
Yeah,
Except for
all of
you.
us were in Medbay, except for the two of you.
So,
it's not
who's
me,
take
so
third?
I'd take a self-report then.
Yeah, speed round,
I'm gonna
right?
say green.
It's not me.
Ooh, speed round, green,
you
white.
just,
See you guys.
you
in
just said
bed.
you were in
I-
a balcony and
Wait.
it was in storage.
Yeah, would you like to hear my path in this game?
Sure, go ahead.
I went straight.
Try to find yourself.
I actually almost went to reactor, but I ended up going to Y. I went bottom right to do wires, which is outside storage, followed by going out to balcony to do the weather download, and then I was going up towards admin. I'm currently middle of Y, like literally dead center, because I was going to go up and do the common task up in the admin room, and that's when the body was called.
You just said you were on balcony.
You said who was on
Yeah,
balcony.
you said you were on balcony.
That it wasn't present. He said who was on balcony. I'm the only person who's been to balcony this game.
So you guys think white?
It's definitely not
I'm
me.
gonna go green first and then white.
All right, it was
So
not
there's
me,
four
so
of us.
you're giving a better chance for Callum to win the game. But I mean, it is
Okay,
what
who
it
have
is.
you-
You're already
who
gonna vote
did
me
you guys vote
regardless.
for?
I voted
Who
for
did you
green.
guys vote for?
I voted white.
Okay.
Green.
Well, we have wait. Who all voted? Okay, well we have to all vote together. So remember, we gotta call this button after
Go on,
this.
vote
Look who's
green.
going.
Oh,
Only one person voted green.
Thank you for the
Andy gets
wisdom
a vote.
in Andy, Kane, and Kayla. I appreciate it. Self-reporting jerk.
It was very unfortunate.
I was trying to get.
I thought, ooh,
You
someone's
should
on
make sure that not everyone's together.
I was like, there's an odd amount of people in MedBay. None of us have like one person had med scan and the rest of our left
Two
were
people.
just like,
Had
do
med
it, just
scan.
do it, just do
I was
it.
killed by
Yeah,
two.
I had med scan, so did Kane. I don't know why the rest of you guys
I
are
love
waiting.
because I
Just being
never get the
sus.
scan and I can never like get rid of.
I was there
get rid of
long
my
enough. I was
stuff.
like, well, somebody's dead. I ain't leaving.
An hour and 1 minute, almost an hour and 2 minutes, and I have not been imposter once. Yeah, I was just fucking with me, I'm leaving. I hate people who do that. Just do it. Lol. I have a question. Callum.
It terrified me.
I have a direct question. Callum,
Yes.
you went back to Launchpad, correct?
I did, yes.
Was anybody there?
Nobody was on Launchpad, no.
Are you sure?
The closest one someone was there was Green in the hallway.
Was he coming after you?
For
Like,
a
did
little
he
bit,
get to
then-
Launchpad?
But he did not, no.
Like, okay, so here's my question. So you walked to Launchpad, where did you see Green? And you mean the player Red, right?
Green
The
was
hallway,
in the,
yeah.
in the hallway leading to Launchpad. He never actually got to Launchpad.
So he was following you?
For a little bit, then he turned around and then he came back again.
Okay. Alright, fine. Alright, that wasn't super helpful then, I guess that's fine. I thought that if you didn't see anybody, I went to Launchpad passing you, you remember, because I was walking towards Launchpad and you were walking away, and I found Red on Launchpad, but I guess that's not contradictory, so I suppose that's fine. Alright, that was my only, what, Andy?
Okay. I will 100% vouch for Charybdis' crew. He did use MedScan. I still have MedScan. I attempted to use it after he was using it, and I can confirm he is crew.
Okay, I'm not
Do you look
confirming
at his,
I'm
Andy,
not confirming
Charybdis?
Andy. I'm not confirming Andy at all.
I'm confirming
Wow, what a
Charybdis.
mean
I-
move! You didn't do it back for him.
Only
I tried to.
because
Nobody
you
let
did
me
that.
because
He ran.
everybody's pretending to stand on panel but not actually doing
I was messing around.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm not vouching for him at all because I can't. He didn't let me.
Yes,
People
I
who
still
step on
have it.
panel when you don't have
Everyone
med
else
scan, you make it harder for crew.
We do.
Yeah, I got like 2 tasks left and everyone else.
That's really
I'm
unfortunate.
suspicious
Keeps
of
on.
Brown.
I'm so glad I'm out of college for that exact reason. That's stupid.
Excuse me.
Fair enough, Keeps on. I'm glad you have it handled. I just hated that stuff. It very much stressed me out. Don't stop me. Don't stop me. Don't stop me now.
No.
Blue, what the? What are you doing?
That was either blue, green, or well, one green's clear, the other one's dead.
Blue,
so-
give me your best lie here, because I don't know what you were doing.
Doing download.
Did you think that I wasn't gonna like suddenly get out of the menu? Is that what you thought?
I didn't mean to click it.
Can I just
At least I got to kill Andy.
Get Blue out of here.
I was just right beside him, and then he left because I thought he was following me, so I attempted to call an emergency meeting.
You're right, it's probably him, Kyler. We should vote for him.
Get out of here.
Wait, who's this?
Okay.
It was Charybdis.
It's Kane.
Yes, it really was. I know.
I can't believe I did that.
I wasn't even out of the room.
I was shocked. Like,
It
wow,
was an
that's ballsy.
accident. I didn't mean to click kill.
Oh, it happens.
I just stood there watching people go in.
Okay, guys, I would like to note 1 hour, 7 minutes. I have not been imposter yet.
Yeah.
You don't deserve it.
Alright, we know what we have to do next game, boys.
Photo
straight
first
away.
I,
He's gonna be imposter.
I'm not gonna be imposter. It
Well,
never happens. I've gone like
You
2
said it.
hours. I've gone
You
2
said it
hours
now.
before without being imposter.
We did it to Azzy.
I'm an imposter camel.
Did you say imposter camel?
Yeah, like I only need a little bit of imposter to keep me going for a really long time, like camels do with water.
Fair enough.
Oh, we got a fourth now at least.
Yeah, well, that was my problem too. Is that I would always wait too long. Keeps on. I don't know. I just hated doing the stuff, so I would put it off because it stressed me out in the first place. And that's more stress because now you're not even doing it in like the appropriate amount of time. I learned as I went through college to do things a little bit like earlier, basically, and that kind of helped. When I would actually get it done, it felt like a huge weight off my chest.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hit-
Can't roommates lay on beds?
That's why you voted that?
I don't
Sorry, what?
understand.
Excellent question.
What was the question?
Why can't crewmates
Well-
lay on the beds in medbay?
That's
Oh,
why you
you're right.
called
That
the
is
meeting.
crap.
That's what the emergency
All right.
meeting's
Well,
called.
we know the rules, guys.
That
If
is
you
a
call-
valid question,
If you
okay?
call pointless meetings, you get voted out, and that's how I've always
No,
played.
don't vote him out.
I've always voted out for pointless meetings. It's different if someone has a reason to assume, and then it turns out like, oh, okay, my bad, guys. But like,
Guys.
Hey, you know what? Kribis did say it. Watch you be a traitor.
it's not me.
It was a simple question.
You know what I'm gonna say, right?
No, what?
One of you. It's not you.
Charybdis vented right in front of me, and then he ran to hit the original.
Afro, why did you vent there? It's in the middle of freaking cafeteria. It's at the bottom, the southeast of
I
Y.
assumed everybody would be out of cafeteria.
Get
by
out of
now,
here,
okay?
Afro. We're all
Three
down
people in
there.
there.
All
I think
of
it's
us.
I think it's Kribis though.
Blue's there. I'm there. Red's there. We're all there, Afro. Why would you just?
I
vent
actually
out?
thought it was gonna
No,
be Charybdis.
you're
That's what I was
not.
saying.
It's not. It's Afro.
It
She's
might
admitting
be
it.
Andy.
Might be Andy.
Yo, I've been on my game as crewmate today.
That's the only game you've been having.
I can't wait until you're the only imposter. We're gonna rip you apart.
Actually, we have an 8th person, so I'll only be able to play in duos.
Well, that's good, but
Lucky still not get it.
We gotta make a new lobby for James, though.
Dear
Definitely.
James.
Your chosen son has returned.
All right, we're still gonna vote Kribis out first.
Get
I
out of
was-
here.
I was
Agreed.
banned for hacking.
You were not.
I was. It says banned for hacking. Please stop.
stop hacking.
What happened?
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Are you serious?
I did nothing.
did Andy stuff.
I'm sure.
You can send a message.
You know,
to
I got
Devs.
accused of hacking because I was imposter like 5 times in a row, and they're like, "You're the host, and you keep being imposter. You must
Oh,
be
God.
hacking." And I'm like, "I swear I'm not.
I'll
It's
be
too
back.
much effort.
I have no idea how to hack."
Wait, is he being serious? No, he's not. He's here. I thought that'd be hilarious if it wasn't serious.
I've been watching a lot of Kitchen Nightmares clips, Hell's Kitchen clips,
Oh,
and
Yes.
and Hotel Hell clips, because I've always watched everything Gordon Ramsay's done. Don't get me wrong, but I've been watching them again just to like touch up, and I just love when he calls people big boy. It just it always makes me laugh.
Step up, big boy.
Hey James, thanks
Sing.
for the bits. Let's go. I was
Are you
watching
missing
also.
Kyler?
It's your new house
Yeah,
present.
I'm just joining.
Yep, take your time, Kyler. It also got me. It was Sorry, I'm getting distracted. He did a thing where he was looking at people's like videos online of how they make food on like TikTok and stuff, and then he was reacting to them. And he kept.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They'd always give an intro and be like, "All right, big boy, show me what you got." And I don't know why it always gets me when he calls someone big boy. Like, I
Right,
just
Said
big
that
can't-
they got banned for hacking.
Andy.
I
I'm
just
good. I'm good.
I'm just reading something now though that says that Among Us players get banned for intentionally disconnecting because everyone's doing it for the imposter
Oh,
role. Were you doing that?
Oh. No, I was still in the lobby.
Okay.
Well, you just
All right, let's
done
do it.
well, I'm on 7-1.
You got hit run over by a train a few too many times.
That's true.
I'm gonna get voted out. I'm done. At least I'm crew. I'd rather be voted out as crew. Because then the ultimate punishment is that the crew is wrong. Andy and James. Context storage.
That was at the top of medbay. I didn't see where the body was, but I saw the report button.
I was so worried we were already at 6 and it was critical mass, so I'm very glad that you reported the body, and it's not so bad.
Yay!
I haven't gone further left than CAF and storage. Oh, I went to electrical. That's not true. Electrical is the furthest left I've gone. My bad.
Why did you leave and go back into storage?
What do you mean? Why did I leave electrical and go back to storage?
Yeah.
I've been
just
looking for
saying,
bodies
is
the
that
entire
where you
game.
went afterwards?
Yeah, after I left electrical, I went right, yes.
Ah, okay.
A few seconds before this body was reported, Charybdis was an admin. I came up from storage and saw him leaving up from admin up into cafeteria.
I'm in the top of CAF right now. I saw somebody in CAF.
I can clear Afro only for this kill. Probably about for the last 30 seconds. Been in a very similar area, and no one vented into electrical. Just in case.
I can also clear James, yes.
I was in cams. Someone disabled cams.
Did
so
the
I
door
went
shut
to-
anywhere else?
No, not Cam's door's not shut
The
because Go ahead,
The
sorry.
doors to storage were shut whenever I was coming from comms hallway.
Yeah, the cafeteria doors closed, and I had 2 tasks up there. So I was wondering if maybe they were already on the left side. So they closed the doors and then killed. And the
Well,
maybe
I-
they vented to a different part.
I will say this. I was on cams. Went on and off a lot. You know, make sure someone didn't like sneak up behind me or vent me. I went away for like 3 seconds, and then I saw Pink's body, and I was going up to scan it,
So
but Kane beat
you
me
saw
to it.
his
Saw the
on
body?
cams?
Saw the body on cam.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't make it in time.
Oh, got it. You didn't see anyone around there, though?
No, I was mostly just paying attention to my room to make sure I didn't get hit in the back.
Oh wait. Okay, good. There's 6. So it was good that I called button. I waited a little while. I do have a sus on somebody, but if anybody else would like to throw further sus first, I'd rather hear that because my sus is pretty loose.
Got nothing.
I have nothing.
I already know your sus is on me because of my weird pathing.
Well, it's not just your weird pathing. Here's my first question. How'd you get into electrical? At the beginning of the round?
I was literally about 4 inches behind you.
Behind? Because I don't think you passed me, and you came from the back of electrical. So that made me a little sus, but alright.
I didn't come from the back of electrical.
I swear I saw you come around the back as I was leaving, but that's
No,
okay.
I was off to the right a
Easy
bit.
to remember.
I'll let that one slide. That one wasn't so bad. What made me really sus is that you walked into admin, I ditched into CAF, the doors closed, then I came back after doors opened, and I saw you in the bottom left of admin, which there's no reason to be in the bottom left. Then you went up onto the actual panel of admin, which lets you see where everybody is, after I walked in. So why were you ever in the bottom left, not accessing the admin panel in that area? It looks like you vented.
Well, I was in there for a while. You saw me go in there. You went up into CAF. Doors closed on both sides. So I went and did card swipe, and then went back onto the admin table.
Yeah, but it looked to me like you closed the doors as an alibi, knowing I saw you in there, then vented out, killed somebody, and vented back so that, nobody would ever know, because the last place you saw was an admin with the doors closed, and when the doors open, you're still an admin. But it looks like you barely made it.
Oh, I want to know, where was the body found then? Or
We didn't find a body, this is a button.
Fine, no, when was the last place Kane was seen?
We have to vote for somebody.
Because I can tell you I had
I
nothing
mean,
to do with
the problem with the button is we don't know if the vent where the body is connected to that.
For sure,
We have to vote
for
for
sure.
someone.
But the problem is, Sonic, we have to call button if we think there's 6 people left, because if we don't vote, we lose instantly.
Gotta vote.
So I think it's Scrublord's my best guess. I could be wrong. I could 100% be
Someone
wrong.
voted for me.
But it's my best shot. I will know in about 30 seconds, because if I'm wrong, the imposters will end it. I think I'm right. I also don't have buttons, so might as well just wait out my doom. such a bad strategy. Honestly, like it's just not a good strategy. Good. It shows I was correct.
Charybdis was right.
Yeah, probably was.
Right.
That's why the person killed him.
Last time I saw him was in cafeteria, but this body's just outside security by the electrical panel. The only people that I would be close to that area was probably Sonic and Andy. I didn't see Afro. I believe she's probably in oxygen last I saw, according to admin table.
My best excuse for that was I was the one and only one who did lights, and all the switches were off whenever I was at the panel. I had 2 of 3 on wiring, top left of cafeteria. That's
Yeah.
where I
Did
last saw
you?
Ribs
Yeah.
as well.
Did you go
My
straight?
Oh,
my-
so were you the? Oh, sorry, not to interrupt you. Were you the one who was walking with me then?
I do not remember walking with someone. My 3 of 3 is at the panel in security, but I went to lights instead.
Yeah, I was walking with you for a bit, Afro.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know where you went after we split off. That's why I was kind of confused for a second. Got you.
Don't really have any sus. The
If we
lightest
don't
I have
a-
is
if we don't have a sus,
I got
we can
2.
skip.
I got 2 objectives left. So
lightest amount of 2 object. What? Who's got 2 objectives?
green. Because I was on cams at the beginning of the game for a long time, so I kind of felt.
I've also got
you know,
one.
you know how this plays out.
My last
And group together, I've done all my tasks. It's
my last task is one of my 3 of 3 wiring for security.
okay.
I also have that one, so we can both go to security.
I have the clean the O2 thing out.
Okay, you go to O2. The rest of us can go to security.
My boobies. Sorry, guys.
Said he had tasks, I'd hit button immediately.
All right, and he just self-reported. I saw him kill.
It is red. Afro, whenever you went to top O2, I trusted you. We did not trust red. And whenever James went down and he went down, I know that there has to be 2 with the sus person. That's why I left you alone at top O2. Otherwise, I would have killed you by yourself. It's red. I would have killed you by yourself, Afro. Instead of
I was in
you
storage.
caught the body.
I saw Andy go in with James, and he killed him, cold-blooded. And then I came in, and he self-reported.
Remember, he said he had 2 tasks. He was supposed to be by himself. And he stuck with
No. Yeah, I was stuck with you guys because I thought you were gonna do all your tasks first. Oh well. I got screwed there. I had too much fun on the cams.
Well,
Also the fact that you went onto cams.
Yes! Yes!
There was 3 of us all stood together. There was no reason for him
I
to go
got
onto cams.
lodged. for
Well, not only
something
was there no
again.
reason, but he said, I have 2 tasks, and everybody else
Yeah.
was clear. i.e., he has tasks to do. And he's like, yeah, let me just take a second to go on cams. It's like, no, you have all the tasks left, which he doesn't because he's an imposter. But you have all the tasks left.
Even if I had 2 tasks left, I'd probably still do the same thing.
Yeah, but everybody in the game was right behind you.
Yeah.
So why would you be on cams? What are you going to see?
Hopefully them walking
Afro,
away.
Thank you for trusting me.
I was gonna go press the button for that,
No
but I was
problem.
like, people won't believe me.
I would have, James. Easy.
So I got lodged for a kill I had nothing to do with.
Wait, I didn't kill him.
Yeah, I got you good, Mitchell, by the way. I mean, Mitchell, fucking Callum.
You caught me just coming out the vent, but I didn't kill anyone.
I know I did.
No, you had to kill someone because I didn't kill anyone.
I didn't.
I got him good. I had him dead to rights. He had just come out the vent, like I said. I've been playing a good crewmate game. I would love to be imposter at some point after an hour and 30 minutes, though. It's almost an hour and 30 anyway. Oh, for everybody on the stream, by the way, I know not a ton of people are hearing me because everybody who's playing doesn't hear me, but I'll repeat it for them. I'm probably going to start at 7 my time versus 6 in the future, just because I have some issues with some of my days with work. I'm working later on some other days too, both for the money and because they just want me to. It's not going to change much, meaning like nothing else should change. It's just that it's harder for... Excuse me. It's much harder for me to... Oh, I have 2. Shit. I'll do that one later. To be there at like 6 on the nose, and so 7 will give me a lot more wiggle room because I get out some days like Fridays now at 5:30, get home around 6:30. I'm just being generous, probably a little before, but you know, so I'll have some wiggle room to eat and like just sit down. Versus like I could say I'll start at 6:30 or something, and it's like, it's not exactly what I want to do.
The body is slightly right of the electrical panel.
I've only got slight sus on one person. That'd be Kane because they were somehow using the cameras while comms was sabotaged.
No, I was looking at my tasks that I had to do left. I have my map pulled up, and I was looking at everything. And then I went, when I opened it, turned up again, I was on it for a second.
Kyler, why are you voting at the very beginning of the round?
Oh, that's Kyler. He changed his name. Okay.
So I just want to...
I kind of think that Kane's sus.
Okay, but so instead of giving us a chance to go back and forth, because for example, maybe the next thing out of my mouth is nope, I can vouch for Kane for the entire round. You've hurt crew by wasting your vote.
Now, Kane said they were looking at their tasks, right?
Yep.
You can't
Oh
do
shit!
that with
Yeah,
tasks.
if I didn't even realise that. Callum, you're a legend.
All right. Good teamwork, guys. Good teamwork. Get Kane out of
I
here.
forgot about that.
I do it because I was staring at my tasks and they went up. I was like, oh.
Oh no.
1,000 like
I did that too. I'm like, where's my tasks?
I almost got away with that.
See, I never open my. I forget that happens because I never open my map during the round. I usually look at it at the very beginning, and then I know where I'm going to be for the first like 5 tasks. Waiting on you, Kane. You got to vote.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'll vote for myself.
That helps a lot. Now it's 6 people left, one of which is an imposter, so it's 1v5, which means I'm just gonna finish my tasks. Even if I die doing it, it's not the end of the world. I have to go to electrical anyway, so I'll fix the lights, I'll get my wires, and I'll just start getting tasks done. Nobody else did a bunch of tasks, unfortunately. We got some wiggle room for mistakes. James just came out of here. That's a curiosity, to say the least. We know we can trust Callum, because Callum was the one who, got Kane out, and James actually sussed her too, so I don't think it's James or Callum. It actually kind of did commit. Wait a minute. Guys, I figured it out. I know. Wait. Can I do some math here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll hear what Kyle has to say before anybody votes. James sussed Kane right off the bat, right? But then we were like, okay, maybe not. Callum delivered the death blow. I trust both of you. Kyler voted before any information and voted Kane. Definitely not Kane's partner, right? That'd be so dumb to vote your partner before any information's dropped. So I don't think it's Kyler, Callum, or James. So it's between me, Afro and Andy. I have to put myself in there even though it's not me. Me, Afro, and Andy. So now we've limited to 3. Kyler, what would you like to say?
I would like to say, what was Afro doing in lights?
Just vibing, hanging out.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to
Afro.
go mess with the panel because I didn't want to go mess with the panel because you guys got in there first.
Yeah, well, that's a lie because you weren't anywhere near James when he was doing the panel, and in order to see me, you would have had to been on top of James, and you were stood off to the side.
You walked in with James.
I was behind James significantly.
You were?
He was.
I don't know. I thought you walked in with him, but either way, James went in there first, so I wasn't gonna go mess with the panel.
I'm a little uncomfortable voting.
Both of us were there.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because I didn't see you until the lights came back on.
I think I'm okay not voting, guys. James and Callum, can you please stay together?
Yeah.
Because you guys are proven, both of you.
I was with
So is
him last
Kyler.
round.
Kyler's proven too, so.
James is watching me trying to beg him to follow me in to do Simon Says.
Yeah.
So me, Afro, and Andy are all sus. I would not stay with any of us without a friend.
Okay.
I have something to say. Like, is your task not working for anyone else? Because my tasks aren't really working.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I only have the red task.
So no.
Will it be Afro then, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been with, well, wait. I was just with Red. He did turn a corner first. It's possible he did a quick kill self-report. But honestly, I think there's very little risk here because all we have to do is we'll vote Afro. If he's lying, because you know it's not me, because I'm right in front of you. If he's self-reporting instead, all we have to do is make sure that we immediately hit button. It'd be emergencies. We do it as a team, and the game's over.
I deadass forgot Andy was the other sus person. I was just like, I kind of gotta kill somebody here, don't I? Because I was gonna kill White in Reactor, and then I'm like, well, Andy was just over there. If White turns up dead, he's gonna know it was me.
I was trying to help you out by getting them all in separate rooms, but they were too close together.
I'm so sorry, Kane, that they just destroyed you round 1.
Yeah, I was hidden in the corner of Reactor. Yeah, so just in case anyone tried to snap his neck. I'll be there.
While I was doing Simon Says.
I'll be there.
Real bros for life.
Just so you know, Charybdis, I started up my stream too.
Okay, I'll send you that view now that I have that great internet. This stream is sponsored by Fios. Just kidding, I don't have sponsors, but I do have my nice new internet.
So, how'd your internet thing go on Friday, Jason?
So, funny enough, I actually stayed home for a real reason. So, I actually told our manager as well. So, I was Thursday night. The internet went fine, by the way, but Thursday, we're waiting on one person, PS. Thursday night, I was trying to go to bed, and around 6 o'clock, I think, 7 o'clock, I started getting a headache, just like a minor headache, and I was like, that's really annoying. So, I took some aspirin. I was like, no big deal. And it just stayed like that for a while, and slowly over the day, it started throbbing. So I was trying to build some furniture. It was like, or build something. I forgot what I was doing. It was Thursday. I was doing something in here. I was cleaning up because the guy to be here on Friday, so I was trying to clean up so it was easier because I wasn't going to be here. And it started throbbing bad, and I was like, oh man. So I had to finish, and I was just like dying. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. So I laid in bed at around like 11, and I tried to turn off all the lights because I thought it was a migraine. I was like, so I turned off the lights, and it didn't touch it at all. So I took some ibuprofen, that didn't help, and nothing was touching it. And I'm convinced now it was a tension headache, because when you have a tension headache, oftentimes putting ice on the back of your neck has a huge impact. So around like 2 or so, when I just literally couldn't sleep, I was sitting there just in pain. I was like, man, I don't know what's wrong. I ended up getting like a cold water bottle. I had everything going on, like more ibuprofen, and I put that on the back of my neck, and like slowly it started to get better, but not instantly better. I wasn't like fantastic suddenly. I was just like, okay, it's more manageable. Like I'm all right. And then I ended up drifting off into like slight sleep for a few hours, and I kept waking up, and I was like, I'm better, but not better. And then finally, when it was like 7, it was like 6:50. I was like, there's no way I'm going to work. I'm like, number one, since headache is technically a symptom, I was like, responsibility dictates I shouldn't. But number two, I was like, I feel like shit. I was like, I'm not going to work. It was convenient though, because then I was feeling better as the day progressed. I was in bed until like 1. I just slept till 1 when I could finally get some good sleep. And then the guy came shortly after, and I was like, all right, I'm feeling better. I can help this guy and just get this shit done.
Nice, nice.
What's that?
We're still waiting for Kyler. No, Kyler's in here. Who's not in here? James, Callum, Andy, Afro.
Sonic.
Sonic!
Yeah.
You're not in the lobby.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
are
sorry.
you?
I thought I kept on clicking it, and it must have been lag.
You know what's sad, by the way? I'm fighting for a PS5, but I actually need the new Xbox too. The Xbox, Series X? Because I need to get the new Halo game when it comes out.
Good luck.
I know, right? White passed by us. Me and red chillaxing on weapons. White's down there. Blue's now down there too. That was good timing. Okay, I trust Sonic. That was really good timing. He started moving first, and he was there a split second before me. Afro, I'm so sorry. I'm sure your kill was mad smooth, but like, man, watching you walk out of the back of electrical and walking behind you and finding a body hidden in the corner, I don't know what else to say.
I had to throw one game tonight, okay? And clearly this was the game.
Sorry, Afro. By the way,
what?
Afro.
If it makes you feel better, they were like all together in a group too.
Yeah, they were. We were.
Oh, nice.
By the way, I can
See,
vouch. I don't think Sonic is an imposter. I know Afro's the only one who killed, so we can't prove that definitively, but Sonic was on weapons with me, and I know I'm going to sound like Falcon here, but he was on weapons for the perfect amount of time because I got on weapons 0.5 seconds after Sonic.
Anyway, who was in medbay?
Me.
Where did you come from?
He came up from the bottom when he walked past me.
So he came from the bottom of medbay?
No. He walked all the way around past reactor.
You walked past reactor. Who was in cams then?
No idea.
Lowell was on cams.
My point is, you can trust Sonic. I'm pretty sure he's legit.
Okay, because it was just weird because I saw someone on cams and they disappeared and went straight to medbay.
That can happen though
So,
naturally
I mean,
too.
it's-
Remember that people can walk into a room and someone else leaves the room, and that sometimes does happen.
Oh yeah.
Admin
it was
isn't
just
infallible.
weird. That's all. So who are we voting for? Afro.
Afro, yeah. That's what you get for killing poor Kyler.
It's a shame.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not sus. Yeah, we just came out there. We had time anyway. If a body or two goes unnoticed, it's not the end of the world. I'm done.
Body is in electrical.
Red's been following me, so I'm pretty sure he's clear. Again.
Yeah, but Red was following. James, you went into admin, right?
Yeah, I've been all over the place. I've been looking for a body.
How close were we on
Just
tasks?
tasks.
Did anybody see the tasks?
I want to say I have one task left. It might be like a two-parter.
Okay. So Callum, you were on cameras then. You're the one on cams.
Yeah.
Okay. And what task did you do, Andy?
I did wires and admin when Charybdis was in there, while
Mhm.
two other people were stuck in storage.
Yeah. Where did you go after that?
After that, the cafeteria doors were locked. I was separated from everyone else whenever I did that. I went up to medbay to finish my medbay sample.
Alright, so I'm sussing Andy, but I would rather us just finish tasks.
Yeah. I'd rather us finish that.
Well, I also want to say that what part of electrical was the body in?
right at the front. Almost.
Because he could have vented into cam and then stay on cam.
I'm not sure it was him because I don't think he would have had enough time because I did see him kind of
I skipped.
just run towards medical. I just wanted to make sure.
Skipped finish tasks. Sus and Andy.
Well, now that I'm almost out of tasks, I'll have to stop singing about my tasks and pay attention to what I'm doing. So good luck.
It's fine, I'll touch you.
I'm gonna sing about what I'm doing to you.
Hmm. Somebody has a task. Go do it.
It's Callum.
It's who?
Callum. Scrub Lord.
Why has it got to be me?
Saw it.
So,
On top of that, Andy was to the right of me. I'm pretty sure Sonic has been vouched for the whole game by Charybdis, who's now dead, and ran the other direction. So it's most likely to be you or me.
Damn.
I mean, if it's not, then we're screwed. But hey,
well, the problem was is James and Andy were together the entire game.
I said I would touch him.
Did they touch him?
Yo, James, you are my fucking hero, dude. You remembered everything I said.
so I mean, you also did say sus on Andy though.
I did say sus, but sus is. I said it was a slight sus on Andy. That's fine.
I think it's because I got.
I
Andy
even
didn't call me out.
I even faked an obvious task in front of James, and he didn't like even suss me at all.
Well, no, because I was sitting there thinking this is slight sus, but I don't want to pull him up on it because he does this all the time. Because you did two, no, you did the fake diversion in reactor,
I did,
and I was
yeah.
like, this isn't right, but I'm not gonna say anything yet.
But then I did the real one.
Then he did the real one. I was like, well, this is a bit weird. But then that body got killed. So.
Kyle, your microphone.
Whoever lime green was. Oh, Afro. Afro's dead. Top reactor, not top reactor, top engine.
That's the last place that I saw her, but it was a good. I want to say 40 seconds ago.
I haven't seen anyone in ages. All I know is that it couldn't be Callum, possibly. Oh no, it couldn't be
Sorry,
him for
where
this
was the
kill.
body?
He said top engine.
Top engine.
Top engine. Okay.
It can't be Callum for Afro's kill. I know that because he was nowhere near. And
Do we
couldn't
have
got there before me.
any idea where Sonic was?
I know Afro came from electrical because I saw her in there, and then I was hanging around, and Yellow was in there too at one point, and then the door shut.
That's accurate. I saw her come from bottom. That's when I passed
Andy,
her.
where were you?
At the start of the round, I went over into did my method scan. Somebody was watching on cameras whenever I went in, but they was not on whenever I went out. So whenever to check. I did pass. I saw Afro coming up. Whenever I was coming down, I did see someone on cameras. I did see Charybdis path by. Eventually, we were all locked in for a while though, and then I was by bottom engine whenever this got called.
Where did you say you saw Charybdis pass by?
At security. There was somebody on cams.
We were both locked. He's accurate. That's
Yeah.
not a lie.
Okay.
Me, the person on cams, and Andy, because we could see the cams. We were both locked going to upper engine.
And I assume that's probably the dead person since no one's owning up for cams. I.e. Sonic.
It is pretty typical of Sonic, which makes me wonder who's been around, who was in electrical last.
Well, according to you guys, the people in the area is you and Andy and Yellow.
Because it's not me. I can't guarantee it's not Andy. I never vouch for Andy hard, but what's Yellow got to say?
I
That's
can.
all I got.
In that case, I can vouch for Callum.
Alright, so
No
not
one-
Callum,
no
not
one
James.
watched me med base.
I'm leaning towards Yellow just because I saw Andy for most of the round, but I'm uncomfortable doing
Okay,
so
well,
because
gotta
you
vote
know I hard sus Andy pretty much every game.
I am voting Yellow.
I can vouch
Oh,
for
God.
me, because it's not me.
Yellow.
Hopefully this buys us time at least.
About time you get one.
Yep. Nice,
Obviously didn't stand a chance with that one, huh?
Nicely
I
played,
was
Andy.
trying to stick with James, and then James ran off.
I just tried to go straight to oxygen, but I was like, we're kind of fucked.
Yeah, they were fucked. It didn't matter. When you guys voted out Kyler, it was over. Well, we voted them out, actually, me and Andy. But...
I knew it wasn't Kyler. I'm like, this is sus.
Well, it's true that me, Kyler, and Andy were the only people in the area, so it made a little sense. It was hard because I had nowhere to go. Andy killed inside cams, and so I had to kill Afro to defend cams, which was fine. So it was just I had to kind of lock myself into a really bad spot. That was good. It worked out.
It's fine.
And that's unfortunate. It keeps on. Andy's on the right side. Only person I saw go over there. I see why. game's over. Five seconds.
Wow, you killed so fast. I only did
Oh.
1 kill.
I knew it was over
Back
as
in
soon
the
as I saw it.
game.
As soon as James
Game.
killed me and I
Thank
saw
you,
it was
Ed.
you,
Thank
Kane,
you,
I was like,
James.
it's over.
Yeah, I killed 3 people. I was like, this is
Yeah, you
decent.
carried me on that one.
Yep.
It's good to be back.
We left bodies everywhere, and I was so afraid I was gonna get caught next to them.
Well, if somebody, Red, would have just looked down a little farther, you would have seen.
Oh, I killed him afterwards.
I wouldn't suggest cutting this cheese.
Someone killed Callum while he was doing the swipe card in admin.
Disrespectful.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna say yellow, light blue, blue, and green were all in med.
That's true.
Oh, except for Kribis. He did show up later.
I should have played. I wasn't there at the beginning of all that, but I did see all 3 of them in med. I came in and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, no one was clicking medbay except for me, but eventually blue, the name green, but the color dark blue, did do it. So I can vouch for blue on medbay scan.
I don't have scan. I did the stupid, what do you call it? The specimen.
So personally, I think one of the killers is either Afro or Kane.
I don't have like a huge alibi. Oh, go ahead, Afro.
No, you can go. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was to the right. I was in O2.
Wait, who was on the stack with us? It was
For how long?
yellow, blue, light blue?
I had just gotten there.
Yeah.
Yellow, blue, light blue. Yeah.
Okay, I was just trying to, in my head, I'm trying to get it straight.
So
Shut up last.
which way did you go to get there, Afro?
What do you mean? I wasn't in O2. I was in
Yeah.
electric.
Oh, Kane.
Yeah,
said they're
Kane,
in
how did you
O2?
get to O2?
I used the cafeteria twice. I went down to storage. I had wires. I went back up, and then I went to the right and down.
I
So you
accidentally
went
voted.
to storage.
I was fooling around and I accidentally voted me or Afro.
You don't even know which one.
So,
The problem
I
on
mean,
7
so
is...
early.
Wait, guys. This on 7 we have to be sure. Are we sure or are we not
Who
sure?
was in the group who went into
I got a 70% on Kane.
Is 70%? Do
I'm
we feel
good with
comfortable on a 70%
Yeah,
chance?
I feel good. I feel good.
I'm a
with that.
betting man.
I trust James with my life with that Freddy mask.
Thank you.
It's a lie. I just like seeing people get shot into space.
That's peculiar. Okay.
Wait, who did I vote?
I'd have to guess that's right outside electrical since I just saw you, Kyler.
Yep. Next to those big block things.
Storage.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So,
Who were the two in electrical that were in electrical when
Me.
lights went cold? Because they got
Me.
it was you and somebody else. Because admin showed 2 people in electrical.
I was in
I was
electrical.
there.
Okay.
so I saw
I was an
James
admin at the admin
walking.
table.
I saw James walking up admin.
Where did I go?
I don't know if he did vote for Kane.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know if that's accurate yet. It's not. It's not 4. Until it's 4, we won't know if he's right or not.
That's true.
He might be right. I'm just saying we don't know that. We can't use Kane's voting out as evidence one way or the other.
I will once again say that dark blue is absolutely cleared from the base scan.
Yeah, you both scanned. I got it.
Okay, yeah, so you see the
Yellow
star.
was with us whenever we were doing medbay scan, but dipped after I did mine.
Okay. So
I
it's either
mean-
black or green.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if it's yellow or not. He just didn't. He just decided not to kill him or was there.
Yeah, right. It could actually be yellow. You're right.
Could actually be yellow, but I'm gonna start with James on this.
I was
and
just
see
gonna
where that
skip.
trail goes.
Well, we're gonna get up to a 50-50. This is gonna suck. If we're wrong about James, this is gonna suck. James, tell me it's you. Swing me sweet music.
Hmm.
That wasn't music.
Nope. Okay.
I mean, I for one think that it's Kyler.
it could be Kyler. However, my obstruction was blocked by something in the vents. Charybdis. I couldn't see who it was.
You couldn't see who it was from the vent, Sandy? Are you admitting something?
You were blocking my view of looking into the vents as you was jumping in and out of them. Kyler, I voted Charybdis. Remember, me and green blue were.
Kyler, I think it's very reasonable to vote me here, but I'm gonna appeal to your sense of chaos and ask you not to.
I voted. That was great.
We
Cheese,
both just
cheese.
looked at.
We're like, wait.
I knew I was doomed. You guys are following me. It's very hard to separate. I didn't
I was
even.
about to turn off the lights for you and you got O2 faster.
Well, it was hard too because I didn't actually mean to go in the vent right there, but I already knew I was in a bad spot because they're smart enough that they're not going to separate during O2. They're going to go one then the other. So I had to ditch them and kill Kyler, but in a way where they wouldn't find Kyler's body. That's my only chance. And I was like, this is so rough. You just had to kill in the middle of admin 5 seconds into the round, didn't you, Kane? I was like, shit, where do we even go?
Well, the thing is, I would have made my great escape if I didn't fail the card swipe about 4 times.
I know, right?
I got your back.
I at least managed to get pretty far without getting sussed, so it wasn't too bad.
body.
I'm gonna come clean. I'm an
It's
imposter.
him. Okay, let's vote him out.
I don't think he is.
It isn't actually me. I kind of just
What's
want
that?
to see who the actual imposter is.
Okay.
Where did you find the body?
All good, guys. I heard suspicious noises in my house.
I'm gonna say he found it in weapons because I'm close behind him coming through cafeteria and he's running towards weapons.
Yes, I found it in
True.
weapons. Also, I'm cheese.
Thank you.
It's cheese.
I want to say, Charybdis was semi with me.
Samar,
Yeah.
He did walk to electric.
Please just
And he
vote
didn't kill
me
me.
out.
does anyone know where the other body is? I think that would be Kane because I think
Kyler,
they
by the
found
way,
white.
if you're actually crew and you're trying to get people to vote you out, just, I don't know, for whatever reason, that's not appreciated.
I don't know where the other body is, but I was in top left, so I don't think the body is up there.
Okay.
I mean, Kyler's literally asking to be voted out. I don't know if he's trolling or not, but if he's trolling, then, like, you know, there's not much we can do about it.
Is this the real 5-brain imposter tactic?
I kind of
Could
just
be.
want to see who the imposters are.
You're not a traitor or imposter.
We got 26 seconds. We got to vote. What do you guys want to do?
All right, I want to go off a stretch here. When in doubt, Andy.
Oh, you read my fucking mind,
Oh,
Sonic.
that'd be
You read my
terrible.
fucking mind.
That would be terrible. It's not.
Oh, we lose. Obviously, the imposters both voted on yellow, so we lose.
And then Caleb voted on himself.
Come on.
Yes. It's
What
James.
just happened? What?
It's James.
I literally just walked into the room.
I think the other one
No,
is
you're
Andy.
right.
If there's two
Yeah.
imposters.
It's not.
It's James, definitely. He was right on top.
I
of the
was not. I
body.
literally just
I'm-
walked into the room.
I'm standing at the panel, at the bottom panel. I've got my hand on it.
Yeah, I was holding it. The soul
I
reactor
don't know,
didn't
honestly,
go off
honestly,
though.
I don't know what kind of vision you have, but it's really fucked up because I was nowhere near that body. I'd literally just walked in. So I'm voting red
Wait.
because that's just suspicious.
Fine.
Oh,
Go ahead, Andy. Vote black.
Stop.
I did.
It might even be James. I'm not even sure, but isn't there 4 people left? Am I wrong? No, it was 6 and I died, so it was 5. Yeah, it's 4. What?
Andy just killed Red on
It's
button.
Afro.
No, it's not. It's Andy.
Look, I saved
Okay,
Mr.
I'm voting-
Cheese from
I'm
dying.
voting
It's
Afro.
Afro.
Bruh.
Mr. Cheese.
Oh no. All right, Kyler. Oh.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Punch
Who
you.
would keeps on? Who
Right.
would?
Andy.
I can't believe we survived that.
Andy.
Man.
Andy, we would have
Yeah.
won to reactor first of all.
He wouldn't have.
He was
That's not true, James. I was about
What?
to touch. I was about to touch. Reactor was about
Oh,
to go
were
off.
you?
he was about to hit it. I was
Okay.
camping the button. He
Second
was
thing
about
is,
to hit it.
how the fuck did you see me kill him on top of him when I just entered the room? Because I didn't. It was Andy. You dense
You-
motherfucker.
You
I don't blame
right
you for not wanting
on
to work on
top
your
of the
paper.
body.
No,
Paper
I
sucks.
wasn't, because I saw where he killed him. It was down by the panel. I just walked into the room, you
Look,
fucking
James,
idiot.
James, just remember,
Still
me
turn.
and you also just teleport through locked doors. So
Yeah, and I'm just stood in the middle of the room and I watch Andy kill him and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, by the way, when reactor goes off and we have a couple people left, you kind of have to go, guys. Like, we almost lost because only Afro was the sole, crewmate who was, like, on the button trying to solve the
On a
problem.
double kill.
Yeah, but they're going to get a double kill anyway.
I was
They
trying to
should've.
go for a double kill.
Yeah, the fact that they weren't together is why they didn't get a double kill.
Andy. Where'd you go?
Where did I go?
Yeah.
After I got through with electrical, I saw you in storage after the doors opened up. I was hoping you was going to follow me over to bottom left engine, but you didn't. You double back. So after I did that, I went back to you to look for you. I saw at least James in storage and like 2 other people.
I have
So-
2 questions as well. Kyler, where did you go after admin?
I forget.
So I would like to know, for benefit, I need to know where the body is because I might have seen something suspicious, but it's only dependent on the body's location.
Actor. On Simon Says.
Okay, that's not
Where did you
helpful.
say you went?
Was
I
anybody in
said-
cams?
Huh?
Was anybody on cams?
Wasn't paying attention to the cameras.
The reason why I ask is because I saw Kyler coming from medbay when he
Oh,
answered.
I just saw Kyler in admin, and I was up in cafeteria. I think he vented.
I don't think so.
That was
because I don't
my partial suspicion because he could have vented from security. He could run out of reactor after killing and go into medbay. I'm not saying that's what happened.
Oh, no.
I'm just a little sus, just a little bit. I just
I
wanted
don't-
the story told. That's all.
So Andy, you said you were in lower engine.
Yes, after I came out of electrical, I was going over to storage and it was locked. It opened up. Red was there. I wanted him to follow me over to bottom left engine. He double backed after electrical. I did that one task, double back to look for him. There was at least 3 of us in storage at the time. I know James was there because he was just kind of hanging out by one of the
I
walls.
saw James in storage. Oh yeah.
I'm still sus of Kyler, but I'm also sus of Andy. We could skip or we could vote one or the other. I mean, I'm really.
I'm
kind of
going
indifferent.
Kyler. He just disappeared. I was pretty sure he vented.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you because it looked sus when he was coming out of med.
was
Why is nobody
Kribis.
down there?
I saw them not do oxygen. But
By the way, James, I saw you trying to flee. I saw you like shit.
Yep.
Alright, sorry, Kyler.
I thought we should have voted for Andy.
Of course we should have. He was an imposter.
Of course we should.
I asked you where you went, and you said you forgot.
Yeah,
That
I
didn't
know.
make me feel confident.
I mean, yeah, it's not Kyler. You
I
forgot
mean,
where you
we
went. You
just
were...
need to assume- we just need to assume that Yellow has no clue what he's doing, and then he's voting just to get himself out.
Andy, well played, by the way.
Thank you. Good. Thank you covering me, throwing sus.
Yeah, well, I was holding it until I heard where the body was, because I was really hoping you killed near that try room thing, and I was like, oh, there we go. I got
Why
you.
were you just standing at the wall in storage? You made me really sus.
Well, why does O2 got called?
James, you got me.
Running faster, the doors are gonna shut.
Thank you. Well, that's not good.
Wow.
Okay, so here's the thing. I went to cafeteria, and LOL, Kribis and Andy were still in reactor area. I know Afro or Kane. Which one of you guys went to medbay?
I'm the one who went into medbay.
Okay,
So I would like to
so
know.
I'm gonna say it's. I'm
Go ahead,
gonna
go
say
ahead.
it's Kribis and Andy again.
So it's not, but
It can't be Andy because me and Andy did medbay scan together, so we're both.
Thank you.
You did.
Yeah, we're both.
so
Kribs.
Alright.
now I would like to know that
But it
since,
could be Afro
since-
and Andy, though.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I think the sus has to go backwards now, Sonic, because you sussed somebody who's now been proven. You just didn't know it at the time. On top of the fact that who calls button after kills have happened, usually imposters to hide bodies. Now we don't know
Well,
where
no,
any
I
of these three
didn't-
people are.
I did. Well, I think it's Kribis. To be honest with you.
There's three bodies.
So
that
if
we
you're
now will
saying
never
if
know.
you're saying if you're saying that Andy and Kane, or it was Andy Afro, which one of you said that you guys scanned each other? Andy Afro.
Andy Afro.
So it's Kribis and Kane then.
it's Sonic. It obviously has to be Sonic and
okay,
either
let's say
myself
this
or
way,
Kane.
I'm gonna
It's
vote-
not me.
Yeah, you could have called the body,
I'm
the
gonna vote-
button, so that would no way, no, we couldn't find the body.
Well, I'm gonna make
so
this.
we didn't know
Give
where
me
it
a second,
was.
because Afro and Andy are the only two people who I don't know what they're gonna say. So Afro and Andy, obviously, if I'm correct that it's Sonic, it's either me and Kane in addition. So obviously he's correct in some half of that, because it has to be either me or Kane in addition to Green. I just say red, whatever. I say get rid of Sonic first, and then you'll just have to figure it out between me and Kane.
No, because if it's the both of you, then we lose
It's
automatically.
not both
It's-
of us though,
okay,
because
let's
I
say it
know
this
it's
way.
you.
Okay, it's Kribis.
It's
I am
not both of us
100%
because I
with
know
this.
it's not me, and I know it
I
is
just think
you.
it's weird you didn't let anyone find the body, so we
I'm
can't
gonna
even
vote
trace anything back.
Sonic.
I'm going Sonic.
You guys are dumb.
You
You
always
guys
say
just
this when
let
you're imposter, though.
Kribis
You just get
talk
mad
your
that
way
people don't
into
agree
this.
with you when you're imposter.
No, whatever. You, the Twitch streams, man.
Good one, Crypto.
Let's go!
You people are dumb.
Is,
Absolutely
Sonic, you can't call them dumb. Their perspective, why they voted that way, is a fair perspective to take. It's one or the other.
I told them that you three were in reactor last with LOL.
Right.
So yes, it had to be.
But that's only believe. We didn't admit that we were over there. That's only on your word. It's your word against mine, for example.
Exactly, and they're gonna go with you every time.
That's not usually true. I usually get voted out like nothing. This has been a good day. I haven't lost an
I'll be
imposter game
honest,
yet.
he does get lodged quite a lot.
Yeah, I
for
do.
no
I
particular
get launched
reason.
all the time. I'm one of the least credible people in this lobby. The least credible people in this lobby right now are me, Kyler, and you, Sonic. Yeah, exactly, Falcon. Depends on who's in the lobby, but usually in this lobby we have right now, it's me, Kyler, and Sonic are the least credible people.
I knew it too.
Hey,
Man.
Are
Falcon,
you guys
we've
waiting
got
to
8.
start?
Yeah, I'm about to start going.
Falcon, we've got 8.
I punished both you and Andy for your sins.
I haven't dropped a game yet. This is great. I love doing good games as far as imposter is concerned. What's that? Yeah, oftentimes. We throw each other out for no reason, Falcon. Well, it's because you're so sus. That's why. I'm having a little glitch, guys. I just wanted to note that, but feel free to talk about killing.
Andy. Tell me your lies, Andy. Because you just killed fucking Sonic and then vented out of shields, didn't you?
I did
I
dance on
don't-
shields.
Oh,
I did see Sonic in navigation.
someone just
I-
appeared out of the shields vent, didn't they?
It was. They did not jump out of the vent. It was me dancing on top of it.
Mm.
But yeah, I look very sus if he's dead behind me.
It doesn't take much to get me to vote
Okay.
for Andy.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't take. Okay,
mean, the way
that's
it
fine.
works
You know what?
is
I'll do my tasks. That's fine. We'll just get it
With
over
just Andy
with.
and Green were all over there, the fact that one of you died meant it's one of the other two encryptors ran past me
It's not me.
beforehand. So
Andy was a naughty boy.
Quick question: if comms are not down, how come we can't see our tasks?
I would like to note for benefit, James and Scrublord, you saw me walk in. I just saw you guys. There is no way in hell I would self-report after seeing two people right next to me.
Yeah, plus I don't think you would have had enough time to do that quickly because the door's open, you ran straight in.
So I know it's not you guys, so it's yellow. Oh, and Kane, I know you can't talk back, but apparently Falcon says if you click the task button on the top left, it might fix it when you're in the game.
Okay, is it a glitch?
No, sometimes you close that by accident.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little pull-up menu.
Like you're gonna close the window and you'll minimize.
I'm so glad you guys walked past me right before I walked into electrical. You saw me waiting, like.
I knew Andy was a naughty boy.
Of course, Andy's always a naughty boy.
I'm gonna have to change my hat now.
Ooh, very Christmassy.
Did someone forget to hit the button?
Use bigger people.
There's always one. And Furry, if you do desire to join us, let us know, by the way. We obviously have space for you.
It would be more fun with another person too.
So much more fun.
Afro was walking real sus. Let's see, Callum. Red came from down that hallway, so if Callum says something sus, I'll believe him about Red. That's why I said I believe it. And Yellow's not really paying attention. Even I don't know if he can see that far. I think he can, but I'm not 100% on that. I shouldn't have bothered. I saw Yellow. I should have just given it up.
I was just about to report Carithus's body.
You can still tell us where it is.
See you,
In admin on the, like, data thing?
Download.
Yeah.
Sandy?
Now, Sonic,
Yeah.
was it you who came into weapons with Charybdis?
I was in weapons already, and then you guys came by me when I was doing the guns.
That's a lie because I was in weapons from the start.
I say Charybdis. What? Went by me.
I said you guys.
Well, yeah.
I don't think it's
Good.
Afro for either of these kills.
And then you,
I can confirm I was just with James
you
and
then
electrical
left
when
weapons
lights went out.
with Charybdis, who is now dead.
We both went into cafeteria, and then I was making my way to medbay to do some scan.
And who was on cams? Okay, that's a dead end then.
Okay. Well,
So
it's
I
got to be one of the people alive here had to have been on cams.
Was the light on?
I don't know, I just reckon because I found Andy's body in medbay that someone vented from cams.
Oh.
So that means somebody was in cams?
I don't know, that's what I'm saying, that's why I thought if someone saw someone was on there.
No,
I think that's a wonky theory. Anyone could just run away or go somewhere else.
Well, the lights are still on or off?
That's what I was asking. If like the cams were on and nobody's admitting to that, then that's more sus.
I still think Sonic killed Charybdis.
okay.
Curtis is dead.
I'll go for Sonic.
I'm
Need
gonna
to
go
vote
with Scrub
someone.
Lord. I think it's a self-report.
I don't think it.
Well, no, because I
Well-
found Andy.
True.
Short note.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where's
So only sus I've got for now is Kane. Can't have been Afro because me and Afro went up. And
Well, right now?
I've been with Cheese for a long time, or for a little bit.
What
And
fingers places?
I was like right behind you guys to O2, so it's either me or self-report for him.
Shit. What did you vote for?
I'm voting for Kyler just because I believe it's self-report.
Voting for Kane
I
because
voted for Kane.
Kane, why didn't you vote when I voted? We would have. I would have survived.
No, I did. I did vote.
You didn't vote anyone.
No, I did vote. I swear.
No, no one voted except for the three of us.
I voted on that one. Somebody
Didn't
else,
show
like
anything.
2 other people didn't vote. Kyler didn't vote, and it must have been someone else.
Like half the lobby didn't vote.
Yeah, I definitely voted because
by
I
the
was
way,
trying to even it out and do a
speaking-
tie thing.
Speaking of that, crewmates, you really have to vote. Like, straight up. You can't not vote.
Yeah, that's why I even said afterwards, who's not voting.
Yeah, I could have changed the whole game.
Sorry, I tried.
Personally, I blame Afro.
It's really tough when everyone sticks together when there's 3 people left. Well, 3 crewmates.
Where are we looking at?
Scrub ward. Where are you?
Yeah. Me,
Yeah,
right now,
right now.
bottom of storage.
Where did you start? Like, which way did you go?
Well, I started in cafeteria, as most people do. From there, I went into weapons, bypass weapons because I had nothing to do in there. Straight into navigation and did the charting of a course. And then I went down through shields into storage, pulled the lever to release the garbage into space. Then I was starting to fill up a fuel can to go and do engines, but someone decided to report a body. And
Was
shot
this
my work.
round even long enough for all that?
Yeah.
That's a lot of tasks.
I
So
was
let's
like,
go
Yeah.
"What
download.
did you do?" I got like 2
I
tabs.
did one
on-
down.
I mean, it's because I could have sworn I saw Scrub ward go calf left.
Oh, that's
He-
just complete and utter
He is the
lie.
fastest man in the West.
That is absolute fabrication.
Because all those
Well,
tasks,
and
all those
desperate
tasks
shit blame for a kill he must
would
have
take
committed.
way too long.
They
Yeah, that
did.
is
Way
a
too
long
long.
time.
What was that?
I'll
How
vote-
long was this round? Does anybody have like an idea of how many seconds?
That
I
wasn't
was-
that long.
Well,
I
you
think
can
it was like
definitely do it
40
because that is
seconds.
what I did. And in fact, I even missed the task out because to start off with, I went straight and did the first garbage chute in cafeteria before heading into weapons. So you definitely can do that in that time.
I don't know. We shouldn't vote on
Super
7, guys.
efficient.
We should skip on 7. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if people are skipping or not now. I don't even know what's gonna happen.
I don't know.
Okay.
I gotta say, you get kicked out for being efficient. What is this?
It happens to me all the time, man.
Vision-
That's what you get for being a good crewmate. Charybdis is at the top of electrical. Sorry, top at medbay. Sorry, didn't mean to say electrical.
Well, Andy, and Scrub Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and I were all together for most of that, and Kane until Kane went
Be right
right.
back.
Yeah.
When the lights went.
I saw you guys like as I was getting out of electrical, basically.
Well, I
Andy,
was
what are you doing,
guessing
Tom?
with my right eye.
Yes.
I mean, the only two people who were with us were, what was it, Afro, and Andy, and James.
Blue, red, and white.
Passed
came out
by
of electrical.
Andy earlier when I was doing asteroids. Then I went
And-
down.
and-
What?
Carry on. Sorry.
Oh, then I went down like that side hallway, and then I cut into storage through the bottom.
We
And I
haven't
did
voted
wires
any.
in there, and now I'm doing wires outside admin.
Just to double check, we haven't voted out anyone, have we?
No,
No.
we haven't.
No.
Okay,
Okay,
so we need to
here's-
vote someone.
Here's my alibi. I realized I was really sus being by myself for so long, so I went to admin table, saw 3 in electrical. I ran to electrical, 3 people ran out, so I stayed with them, blue, red, and white. I stuck with them, and then blue reported a body at the top of medbay right after the lights went out. That's all I got.
I mean,
That's
I
all
can't
got.
clear you guys because I wasn't with you guys the whole time. I saw
leaves Afro
Sonic
and
a little bit
James.
more. Yeah.
James, what were you?
I've
See,
been towards
you
admin.
could have
Blue,
you could have killed
Things they
Chris
go-
and then went down and found us. So I mean, I'm not. You were
I
with
could
us
have.
because
That's
there's
why
only.
I found you, because I was sus
Wait, all
being
those.
by
I
myself.
wasn't to the left at all on the top. I saw Sonic and White throughout going to like admin and storage and electrical.
James,
Sorry?
who did you vote
Start
for?
with James.
I vote
Start
for
with
Andy.
James.
I was go James.
Oh,
Oh, that's not good.
Why is it
no.
go James time?
A Freddy mask.
Fair enough.
For me, it took it.
Got it at the perfect time.
So James. Vote
No.
James.
We don't vote James. There's no reason to
Well,
vote
you
me.
know,
Okay, the three of you who were in electrical.
thing is,
all 3 of you can vouch
we
for
ne-
each other. All 3 of you can vouch for each other.
for all the kills, yeah.
I only
that-
saw them towards the end though.
The 3 of you.
So
that
in
were
that case, there is.
electrical,
Okay, in
all
that
3 of you
case.
saw each other there the whole time.
Well,
Chris,
apparently they didn't
no.
see each other the whole time because Dark Blue went off.
In and out.
And then the body got reported. The
Yeah.
only people that can't really be vouched for each other is me, you, and Afro. I was talking about Andy there. So at this point, we're looking at a 4-way tie. So it's a 25% either way.
I say we vote James.
Why? Other than let's just vote
Because-
James.
All right, fine. We'll go with the Andy then.
No.
When in doubt,
But
Andy.
why vote Andy in the same? In the same.
That's
in
a
the
quick.
same-
I
That's a
don't think it's
flip-flop.
Andy though, to be honest.
We had to vote
We
someone.
We have to vote
else,
someone,
alright?
and we need to have some form of evidence.
I don't like your
For doing
flip-flopping
so.
nature, Green.
That was a quick flip flop.
My
Well,
screen is
I
still
don't
here.
know.
Dave.
I don't know.
It's
I mean,
gonna
if we
happen.
vote wrong, the game. If we
vote
vote right,
wrong,
the game.
Afro
too.
killed
we lose.
Charybdis, and Green is trying to throw it on whoever seems to have the most sus on them at the time.
So,
The
Right.
He
three
also
of you
tried
who
to
were
dodge
in-
me for being good at the game by being steady.
hey, you look like 6 days, all right. So, who do you guys want to vote
To be
for?
fair, it was wickedly fast.
I honestly am between Andy, Sonic, and maybe James too.
I still have sus of James.
I know
Is
what
that-
it was. I just like.
You say that,
reached-
Afro?
I mean, I
Yes.
haven't seen
Okay, it's
anybody,
this.
so I can't really suss anybody. I just know I was just alone in
So
admin
who
with
did
White.
James voted
and I
for?
passed by
Voted
Andy
for
last
I'm
time.
voting
Wait,
James.
Mandy.
If
These
all
like
3 of
me.
you can vouch for each other the whole time,
But they can't vouch for each other. I literally just said that you've got played by Andy.
from.
But we probably
I
did.
doubt it because I voted for Andy, you voted for Andy, and one other person voted for Andy.
It's actually my game. It's all messed up, the resolution. It'll get fixed, don't worry guys. It'll get fixed next game. I'll restart. I'll just wait till the game's over, so it's not a big deal. I'll play this crappy resolution. It's not even my stream, it's my actual computer right now. It's just getting messed up. The wire is a little bit loose, it seems, in the back of my monitor. For some reason, which I've never had that problem before, but I've probably never really interacted with it before. So I'll have to look at it after the stream or something and see if I can address that. Last thing I need is to mess with it right now, I guess.
Kane.
That was definitely Sonic. I saw the animation.
That was
Wasn't
you.
me. But good job,
Wow,
Kane.
Sonic, you've been pushing it.
I may have been pushing it, but it was not him.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, don't do this. Do not throw this game.
Manipulating you, Afro.
So my Discord broke. I didn't hear any of that. What are we doing?
Kane.
Sonic, basically.
Kane murdered this man. I was sussing
I
Sonic
did
earlier.
not.
I can tell you right now, I'm not sussing it.
He's been
because I witnessed a you absolutely.
Afro.
My brain cells are decaying.
All right.
He just did it again, Afro. It was Sonic.
Kane, Afro.
He literally just killed.
Kane.
He is
Okay.
honestly like the best imposter because he keeps trying to throw it at me. But I was just next to him and I
Don't-
just saw
Don't do this to Afro.
I die.
It's
It's
we
not
had
him.
we had it before. Thank you.
You guys sucked.
Oh my God, I was worried.
I was so tempted to skip just to throw, but
That was a respectable attempt, Kane.
Thank you.
Alright guys, I'm gonna make wait.
I literally did not have much to work with. Everybody was together.
Guys, I'm
I
gonna
can't play anymore.
okay.
Not sure why I had sauce.
Fair enough. So Kyler's out, which means we're down to 7 again. So I'm gonna make a new lobby anyway. I'm gonna restart because I was having a small problem with my monitor, causing a resolution issue.
I had to really panic there.
We need to go in anyway too, cause I gotta go to bed soon.
And you're right, Falcon. There, it looks like I fixed it. Host.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear.
Okay. I gotta go. Good game, everybody.
Okay.
Good game.
That'll be
Night.
back to 6, which is a decent number. We're fine with
See
6.
ya.
Not for too much longer, anyway. About what, 30 minutes ish. Maximum. Oh, for everybody who's listening, I forgot. I'm probably gonna start starting at 7 regularly. I haven't made that decision formally yet, but it's probably gonna be the case just because of some changes at work and stuff, and it's just it'll be easier for me to start at 7 because everybody's around anyway. No one's ever here at 6, so my streams will be a little bit shorter, and I apologize, but it's life. Waiting for there it is, Sonic. I couldn't tell who it was. Whee! None of you guys are ever here at 6 regardless, so it's just dead time. I've honestly been considering cutting off the end part, but more people are there.
Oh, James,
What?
how could you
How could I what?
come flying past as fast as your little legs can carry you and rip Charybdis in half?
It was Callum.
I'm gonna go with James. This doesn't sound like Frank would do. Ripping people in half.
Thank you for being right behind me, Callum. James had no idea. He just killed me and then suddenly staring you in the face.
But I was going for a signature drive-by kill.
He's just very lucky. He happened to be just staring at Charybdis as he was on the door monitors for no reason whatsoever. I thought, oh, I'll follow him for a bit. And then...
Why was I? No reason. Door logs matter. I just wanted to check to see any inconsistencies.
No, I mean, I was
saw you.
just staring at you.
I know. I was freaked out. Very freaked out.
Andy.
So you guys are not gonna believe me on this, but I was kind of AFK on Launchpad. Charybdis came back to check on me, and then Red came back to check on me, and then Red killed Charybdis and blamed it on me.
It's Andy.
So
If you
it's
wanna vote me
Andy
out-
Alsonic.
If you want to vote me out, vote him out next. I'm fine with that.
Vote me out next.
Okay.
Three of you,
I'm voting
we can hit
Sonic.
the
I'm
button.
voting Sonic.
Okay.
He's the one who did it.
Well, if it doesn't end, we vote Sonic next time.
Well, then,
Game's actually over. We lose.
This-
You know the rules.
Yes. Okay. I just want to point this out, though.
You will point nothing out.
Let me
You're,
just.
you're
I
being
sat,
thrown out the door.
I sat all
Lodged.
the cafeteria thing the whole time.
And no one died.
And,
we're
and
all alive.
yeah. Well, voted for me, right?
Well, I assume so.
Afro, did you vote for me?
Yes.
Okay. Want to make sure I had a slight chance. It's not me though, sadly.
You guys are gonna shit your pants.
Is it Afro? Oh,
James came in the cover of darkness, killed me in front of 2 people who then proceeded to blame each other hardcore. I already knew the game was over. As soon as Sonic said it was Andy and Andy said it was Sonic, I was like, we lose.
I was
GG.
like, this is my chance. This is my chance.
James didn't have to do
like,
anything.
You guys should have voted for me. I was perfectly fine with being kicked out for once. So that means it's
Because you lodged Andy, and Andy said to lodge
It's,
you.
the thing is, as soon as you said vote
Well,
me
that's
out
the
next
thing
round,
about-
I was like, that's it. I've got this.
Yep, game over.
That's the thing about killing the dark. You don't really see it happen.
he was a closest person. Like, there's nothing we could do.
It's genius.
It was.
Andy. Me and Afro were both doing med scan, and Andy believed that Afro was the only one there. Proceeded to chop her in half.
Enough said, enough said. You
Stand
do
there
not
admiring
need
his
to go on,
handiwork
my
for a
friend. You
solid
do not need to
6
go on.
seconds.
We are already with you. Andy's getting out of here.
He didn't think those lights were turned on so quickly.
As soon as someone says it's Andy, I'm ready.
It's not Skillboard then.
I was just surprised at the balls Andy possessed. Just
No, it's like James. James killed me first both rounds. It was very rude.
I mean, I thought if the drive-by kill didn't work, Darkness would have to.
Get out of here. Stop killing me first. It's very rude. I'm waiting on Simon Says.
It's Charybdis.
What?
I saw him as soon as he killed Afro.
I am literally down in calf. I'm specifically in storage closet, so I don't know where that came from. There's not even event in storage closet. It's not. It's just not.
Yeah, you know what the worst part is? The only reason I got him was because he's a little person.
I would take a punt on Charybdis. I know it isn't me, Andy, or Callum.
Alright, to be fair, I had to take a ballsy play. I knew a bunch of you were together, so I tried to kill her across map. If Sonic had been 1 second slower or I'd been 1 second faster, I had her.
It's your pet. Your pet gave it away.
Andy?
It happens. It happens.
It's good. The pet can help you too. It can prove your places. If you like just turn a corner or something, you're like, oh, I'm there. I'd be like, I didn't see you. Oh, I did see your pet though.
And I knew that Afro, you were already up there at the meantime.
I wanted to kill James, but I couldn't see him very easily. The big throw. Afro and James are center Y. Afro's calf. James is calf. Andy is center. Afro, James, calf. Andy is center. Afro is center with Andy. Andy and Afro is center. James is James would be Afro. James is there. I'm checking. Slick, Afro, slick. You thought you'd get away with it, but door logs tell all, my darling. I watched James and Afro go into center Y through door logs. James and Afro go into calf through door logs. Andy goes into center Y. Andy went, I think, north. Sorry, Afro went to center Y first, so Afro and Andy were both center Y. Afro and Andy went north. I still don't know where James is because Afro left him in calf. Then reactor gets called. I go up, I see Afro and Andy pass me. I go all the way to calf, which I know Andy was never in. And wouldn't you know it, James is dead.
So, basically, Curtis, you're saying you were in calf. Afro, where were you?
Wait.
He's in recon right now.
Coming up with the geek contamination?
Would you like me to further explain?
Yes.
No, your whole conversation.
Well, you're saying.
Go ahead, Andy. You can do it.
You're saying. You know what? You know what I'm gonna say, right?
What?
You're saying you saw me on door logs and you ran past me in Afro, but I was hanging out with Scrublord and Sonic at MedScan. And when reactor got called, we went up to reactor.
Yeah, afterwards. Yes. I'm not sussing you, Andy. It's Afro. I watched her in door logs go with James.
Makes no sense with Andy because he was up the whole time.
I saw Andy on logs. He went into south. He went after. Okay, Andy. You're poking a hole that's not true, and you're not imposter because I know it's Afro. You went past southwest center. You walked into center. You had to go back when reactor got called. This is all before reactor, Andy.
Andy was with us before reactor called.
Where?
It's right at the door of MedScan.
Right, I'm talking about after that. He didn't go straight to reactor. He definitely passed the southwest. That's fine, but I'm almost positive it's Afro, unless it's a crazy vent kill and Afro's being framed. But it's Afro. See?
Well, why didn't you say the rest of us went through the scanner too?
You didn't.
You all followed him up there.
I didn't. You might have followed as I left logs. As I'm walking up, if you had walked up a step before me, I wouldn't have seen you on logs. I saw Andy on logs. I got off, like, I don't know, 10 seconds afterwards. So Andy had to have been 10 seconds ahead of you because you didn't show up on logs.
left. Maybe it doesn't show.
That's just not true.
Yeah, the logs must not show multiple people go to the sensor.
It does. Andy, were they right on you?
We're right on him.
Yeah, but they didn't pass through that sensor. They went straight to reactor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The sensor's above that path, guys. It's up where you do wires in that hallway. It's past that.
Oh.
I was the only one who went.
Nobody knows how to
But I've
fucking
done
do
all that.
logs. I know Andy does, but nobody knows how to do
you're
fucking
right.
logs.
I thought there was a sensor like before decam because you said he went up.
No.
he
All
went
the
up
sensors
decam.
are around Y hallway. It's the bottom left of Y hallway, bottom right of Y hallway, and the top of Y hallway. That's where all the sensors are.
Oh, okay.
Fucking people trying to get to act like I'm crazy. That's what you get after, by the way. People try to make me think I'm questioning myself. I'm like, no, I know how logs works. Jesus Christ. That's why I shouldn't be allowed to stay on logs. Blue, white, and Andy. They could have. Makes sense to me. White Sonic, or Callum Sonics, I should say. I think it's Andy.
All right, Caribus.
Yeah,
Caribus. When we were both up there at the lights, right?
You mean comms?
The comms, yes.
Yes.
Did Afro walk up with you?
I want to say no, because when I went to down on the bottom comms, it was Afro and Andy.
Because she was up in comms before you were, and she just walked away from comms now.
She
So
went to
it's
bottom.
kinda weird.
She went to bottom. She was there.
It's kind of
correct.
weird though, because she was in there before. And when we both were up there electrical, it was just us, right? But then Afro appeared.
I ended up doing the comms up top.
Yeah, because it was him and I up top. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's Afro again.
I'm not so sure.
So does anyone want to know where James is?
Yeah, I do actually.
He is in the top of decontamination, about to head into reactor.
Okay, here's the dealio.
And I bet
don't-
Andy was up there too.
I kind of trust you, Callum, which might be my mistake, but I kind of trust you. I've seen you a lot, you know.
Initially, I thought you or Andy killed each other on the balcony.
Nope. That's not where.
But I did see Andy after you'd left. So.
Andy wasn't. Yeah,
And
that's
so
true.
here's
That's
another
true. He
thing.
was down there,
When
but
you went down to Calf, when you went down to Calf, Gribus, was Afro with you? Because she came out of storage.
There's no vent in storage.
My theory is it's either Afro or Green.
I'm sussing Sonic actually.
It's not me because I was sitting there doing comms the whole time. Both Cribus and
Okay, you know
Afro
what? You know
actually
what?
killed me.
I kind of agree with you. I'm kind of edging towards Afro though, because you're right. You were on comms too long for that to have been you for at least one of these kills. I know it's not me, so I believe it's not you, Sonic. So in my mind, it's Afro or Callum, and Callum's done nothing to get sus from me.
Whew.
That was clutch.
Afro, if you're trying to talk, your mic's messed up.
All right, that was not.
No, I was gonna see if the big brains would get each other voted out or not.
It happens all the time.
Sometimes
It's fair strat. Fair
that
strat.
works, and sometimes that doesn't.
So I'm getting off for now. Normally I won't end at 10:30, just because I have some food ready, and because I had
have to
a
head
rough
out.
weekend of doing stupid crap. So it just works for me.
You all have a good night.
All right, peace out, everybody. I'm just gonna end the
Night,
stream.
guys.
Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time.